yet.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he pull out also a Darkseer earlier?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know
yesterday,
if Darkseer
and that
really
was-
fits the bill for this one.
They've got the Chen already. They've got like the mech, the pipe buyer if they need to.
Right.
So I feel
Yeah.
like that's a big reason you often go into the Darkseer, or you're looking to contest the lanes. But Vega haven't picked their carry, so a CM with a strong laning carry can match up very well against Darkseer.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. This
Jug
is
mid, yeah.
pretty heavy
Something
on
you
the
mentioned.
push.
That's their kind of their brand of cheese. And Vega gonna start going into some deep push, some good mid game fight.
Didn't even take them the thought. They knew they were going to get this gyro.
No,
cup, it
I
felt
mean
like.
they know what draft they're facing at this point, and I don't know. The Lycan is something that we've seen a lot out of Navi lately. Ditura's been playing that hero just extraordinarily well. But again, we just haven't seen enough out of VP to know whether they're going to be comfortable executing this kind of lineup. You're putting yourself on the clock in picking these heroes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're match point, do or die kind of a situation, this feels pretty all in from Virtus Pro. It's just a matter of kind of adding the cherry on top with the FNG pickup here to kind of boost it up that much further.
I just don't even feel like they've got the ideal cores to go with the 5-man push. I would much rather have seen something like a lone druid out of the team. Ultimately, I think it probably comes down to the fact they haven't got a good lone druid player, or FNG as the offlaner doesn't want to pick that one up. Because to me, they're trying to be Alliance with their picks, but they don't quite have the hero pool of Alliance, and that's what's going to kind of cost them this game to me. And also that's just not a play style that they're comfortable with. So it seems just like okay, none of our strats are working. We got 2-0'd yesterday. We lost game 1 here pretty badly. Like we just got stomped. What can we do? Let's try and be Alliance.
I would kind of be surprised if this just isn't a straight up Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I mean that's really if you want to be Alliance.
It's really the hero that FNG is showing most comfortable with.
I think we do need an initiator though. Even if you're going for a 5-man, you want to have some kind of catch to basically make it so that Vega just can't walk up, drop a cooldown, throw a puck orb. So you want something like a Bat Rider because Bat or like a Brewmaster. These heroes work really well in pushes. Tidehunter and a similar thing because it makes it really hard to defend towers. If you only have like summons and right click and physical damage, you're never scared as a puck to just walk up to the creep wave and just throw illusionary orb. You could blink in Waning Rift orb out to just nuke the creep wave down, and there's nothing to catch you. So I think you need like a Bat Rider type hero here if you're Virtus Pro.
Oh, always is still the possibility that they move the Jug, again, take a page out of the Navi playbook, move the Jug to the off lane in a rather strong dueling with the Witch Doctor, and then pick a mid hero here. But I think this is going to be their offlaner. I do like the Bat Rider suggestion a lot. You don't need necessarily huge AoE initiation with a push lineup, but you need some options. And it's going to be the Night Stalker. That's not bad.
It gives them like the vision aspect as well as a silence. I don't like it as much as the Bat Rider, but it fits the bill of what kind of is missing from their draft.
And it's still, I mean, I think a lot of, though, it addresses a lot of what you were saying in terms of you need to have something there that's at least going to threaten the puck, at least going to make puck think twice about just being completely free with his spells, and the Night Stalker does do that.
Yeah, up until that pick, this was just going to be the easiest puck game of no one's life, so they make it a little bit more tricky. Even so, like once puck has that Yule Scepter, good luck doing anything to him, so... Vega's last pick will be the support for Noob now.
Yeah, he needed 4. And that's why the Doom ban was very, very good. I don't necessarily think you can go the Enigma here. Okay.
Yeah,
But
deep
they'll
push.
go with the Winter Wyvern. Can be very nice against this heavy summon kind of a lineup.
Yeah.
One Winter's Curse could prove to be some serious trouble for anyone caught under that.
Great deep push. Great against Jug Lycan with the physical damage and all the just summons floating around with Chen creeps, Lycan Necrobooks potentially. So
This is a much tougher call. I think the draft is just so much more even here.
You think so? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really do. I think if Virtus Pro can execute this, it's going to be a very close game.
I just feel puck is like the freest game ever here. Just, the Night Stalker alone is not going to do enough. I think no one is, again, just going to just carry his team through this
So
game.
you're going to go with Vega?
Yeah, Vega,
Okay.
100%.
I've got to go with Vega, but I feel like this is going to be a lot tighter.
So 2 on Vega.
Yep.
I'll go Virtus Pro.
right.
Why not? Let's see if we can get a game number 3. Let's go ahead and throw it over now to the Cyber Sport Arena where we got Ryu and AC.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Game number 2 of the CIS Showdown. VP taking on Vega. 2 teams very popular with the crowd here in the arena. Unfortunately, one will be taking their exit here coming up. The draft, I actually agree with the panel quite a bit. I think this is going to be a much tighter game and a lot less room for error on both sides, it seems.
Yeah, I would say so. Still giving the edge to the panelists there. Going to say Vega probably have
Oh,
to,
we need to,
well,
wow.
Right,
Coming into the game a little late. 1-1 is the Gyro and the Night Stalker already dropped. And yeah, the action starting before we're even able to get the camera off of our glimmering mugs, as Solo still taking a little right-click damage from G.
Dang it, production value. Solo. What is going over here? But this is still very good. They were trying to go for that smoke gank play, and that's still going to be a good change for Vega because they did get the first blood there, and that's on the puck. So no one is he going to have? What is he starting? He's got an extra salve already. So.
Well, the horn blows, and may as well be even, right? Actually, that's a bit of a lead for VP. As we are tied up at 1-1, the teams clashing early, but let's get back into the groove of things. Lanes take shape. Let's see who's handling who. It will be Sioma on our Crystal Maiden. It will be Solo, as mentioned, on the Winter Wyvern. Puck going to be handled by no one here in mid once again. FN going to be playing the Gyrocopter, farming out of the safe lane. Mag on the Beastmaster out in the off lane again as well. Other side, we've got FNG playing the off-lane Night Stalker. It's going to be Yoku farming up the Lycan here in the safe lane. He's helped out by Aloha Dance on the Witch Doctor. The Jug's going to be taken mid against the puck, played by G, looking for a bit of a better game this time around. Really been struggling over the last couple of days. And, of course, No Fear taking Chin.
Right now, got a stun off on Mag. Could get the bounce back. That is just some luck. But yeah, Aloha's got to be very careful here. You're not going to win this. He's got boots already. Who's going to win this man fight? He's got 2 boars now. Okay.
Yoku rotating over to give his boy some help. Free 37 gold for himself as well. And, yep, he's going to end up getting another. So anyway, looking at the way the lanes are right now, how do you feel about mid? Let's start there. The Jug against the puck, we can see a lot of aggression. Oh, he doesn't have any way. He's going to have to face shift to keep himself safe.
He's got the salve, though. Nice salve.
Right clicks. Yep, salve up on the other side too. So, yeah, this is why I was curious. This is a lane that can go either way and really is very skill-based on both sides.
Really good understanding there of no one. Able to salve through the Blade Fury. And he also had the Fairy Fire to work with, and that helps. You want to make sure that you apply as much pressure as you can when the Blade Fury is on cooldown. So, no one doing a good job at least putting on. And then G, once he doesn't have mana to farm in this lane, it's like, well, I don't have a Quelling Blade. I'm against a puck who can harass me effectively, and it's going to be interesting how this shapes up. And right now it's 8-6 to 4-3, so this is what I expected.
2-minute rune grab by Aloha Dance on the Witch Doctor. Mag contesting down there. Will be a haste rune picked up by Sayoma. Let's see if he wants to do anything fancy with it. He is poking his nose up onto the other side. He may go for a dive here.
He's got a mango.
Oh, no mana. He sees it. G doesn't have enough mana to spin. He's going to go ahead and heal up. Doesn't matter. Another kill. This is just such a great read on the side of Vegas, seeing that, of course, if he has a spin, he may be able to make it to safety, but his mana pool's so low, and Sayoma spending a lot of his own mana. Doesn't matter. Make it 2-1, Vega.
I was just questioning during the draft, should they, maybe put the Night Stalker in the mid lane so you're at least able to see us from afar with the Void and
10 seconds remaining.
But Juggernaut starting off with the 4-man shield, not having
5 seconds remaining.
easy sledding there. He's taking a nice time in this off lane. He's getting up his levels. He's level 3. He's already got his boots coming out to him, and he shouldn't die. So even though they did pressure that mid lane, speaking of which, I was just seeing the TP top lane here. He went all the ways back to base for Mag, but TPing just as the creep wave comes in. That's what you like to see.
Oh, yeah. Little free experience. Aloha Dance trying to do what he can to zone him out. Yoku's actually going to come way behind enemy lines as well. Does have 2 boars to work with, trying to CS with those. VP really trying to keep him off of anything. And, yeah, No Fear's going to come over just to secure this top lane and try to deny everything
Here's
he
Solo,
can.
though. I want to watch just one Splinter Blast. It's just...
Got to get real ugly real fast. Let's see. Up and threw it actually ahead. He's just trying
that's
to.
Really nice. Trying to pull the creep wave, but unfortunately now you have the axes. Nice play coming in. They have a lot of army to work with still, and yeah, you just see the mass summons here. We're playing Clash of Clans. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks like the tower down to half health. The glyph already deployed, like you said. Summons are there, but they're going to get this easily. So. Very early tier 1 for VP, and this is their game plan. They picked for it exclusively. They want to go pure pushing power with a little help from the Night Stalker to help run behind towers, help at least keep the puck honest in terms of how aggressive he wants to be. And that's a great way to get started. And we can see they're already built themselves a considerable little lead, getting up towards 750 gold at just 4 minutes in.
It's nice when you it's very deceptive how, when you don't see a Lycan for a long time, how much this How contributes to the pushes, especially when it's on all the creeps. And now it's nighttime. FNG wants to get a little bit aggressive here, but Mag is just playing perfect right now in this off lane. He hasn't got caught out by the rotation, and this one as well. So it's very nice from him. And then now, no one's going to have to be a little bit careful. You saw that Night Stalker kind of rotating up in the top lane. You don't know if he has silence or not, and that could be the death of your puck, but he doesn't have enough mana to really work with here for FNG.
Well, 5 minutes in, and looks like it's going to be a reset pattern for VP. So if you're VP, my friend, do you, like, what's your go word? Like, they take a free tier 1, that's fine, that's expected out in the off lane like that. At what point do they just point all their guns down the lane and just start marching? Like, what, is it an item? Is it a timing? What's the plan if you're in VP shoes?
Maybe try to go back into the jungle and farm up a little bit more on your chin. Because you heavily committed for this push, you're kind of far back, you didn't get your stacks up, and now he's back into the jungle trying to get up those levels. And then once he gets up to, you know, the 5 and the 6, so he can have the
Prepare for battle.
Stormcrafter come.
It'd be hard for them to make spaces. It's on their support, Chen, as well as the Night Stalker to get stuff done, and just have to find out what lanes they can really go
Rampant.
to. Against a gyrocopter, we haven't really talked about this lane too much. He can dish out a ton of DPS.
That way.
Winter Wyvern, if he decides to go for that cold embrace against this heavy physical
Advance.
lineup coming in from VP, it can just, you know, turn around instantly.
Faster.
FNG spotted by Solo. He's going to jump in. Seoma right there, and they call down
Yes.
as well. This is going to be a free one. 9-time or not, they should be able to track. No.
So fast.
Yeah. I actually
Striker
thought-
runs.
I mean, that Stout Shield did a lot of work there. I thought for sure they were going to have the right click. And instead, he
Come
manages
now.
to not necessarily dodge a bullet, but mitigate the damage at least a little bit as he'll scurry back home to safety.
And then I think
30
that's
seconds
what
to
most of
battle.
Just that one call down, not the second one not hitting, just wasn't able to catch up in time. No one. You have to look at the mid lanes here. Juggernaut did die that one time, but 23 CS against 36 for Puck. Obviously, it's benefiting the Puck, but at least he's not getting absolutely demolished here.
This
for mid lane. He's playing super aggressive. He wants the Omni Slash. He has his arcane rune. He wants to use it.
The
but
battle
From
begins.
upland druid I ride.
Able to take
Yeah,
him off
the
tower.
war storm is upon
A lot of
us.
follow-up there. In the meantime, both teams just
Fleet of
continuing
foot.
to farm up. And it's going to be at a very early Vlad's coming out on Lycan. No real surprise there at all. Taking a look at other item choices. Arcane Boots were the choice for No Fear. Saw him sitting on the ground, so no surprise there. And it looks like everyone's just content to farm away. Lycan way ahead in that regard. He's about 10 CS ahead of the Gyrocopter FN. As FaZe,
From
Aquila up.
upland druid
And,
I
you
ride.
know, if you're Vega, is your plan simply to wait, just basically
Rolling
farm,
thunder.
be efficient, and wait for this? You know,
Thunder rolls.
really good at
Goal.
exceptionally good.
First blood.
Able to stall,
Faster.
able to
First
nail
blood.
team fight. That seems to be
Advance.
so. If you're Vega, is that the idea?
Yeah, but
Goal.
I'll hold that thought now. VP, they just ultied already.
Oh, here we go.
Rolling
Going to
thunder.
engage coming in from behind. That's going to be Yoko. Seoma being chewed up by the big bad wolf. Solo going to be
Yes.
trapped out as well. Call down's there and it's doing damage, but the response not coming that quickly. Solo bought some time, encasing himself. Not going
Method
to
to
matter
my
though. That's
madness.
going to be a quick 2 kills on the frozen phenoms of Vega. That's going to draw it to
Rampant.
3-2 now. VP in the lead, and they are ready to roll.
Yeah, that was the first.
Your sword falters.
Gangs there at the end.
Storming in.
That's all their setup really looks like. Smoke gang, you have the Night Stalker with the fast movement. Kind of
Immediate result.
very hard for them. And their objectives here, the tier ones, very hard for Vega to.
The system adapts.
Wyvern is not only his ultimate as well as his deep coming in.
Attack.
It's just so effective against this lineup. He needs to start getting so low.
Fleet of foot.
But Puck, ideally, they could as effectively as
That way.
Shadow Fiend or whatnot. So, but at least I like this. No one's going to be going to
Striker
Give
runs.
some EXP to your Wyvern because that is a heavy deep push.
Come now.
Roche attempt.
Thunderclap.
VPN, their collection.
From upland Druid I ride.
Different
Your middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
Vega knows what's going on. Here we go. He's going to go in. He will. That's going to be a beautiful three-man waning rim to Coil. Follow up the splitter blast as well. Call down's on point, but no one. Doing a lot of damage. Manages to bring him down. And now Vega seems to have started to run out of steam. That Finn's going to be Omni-Slashed by G, doing what damage he can. Heals
Strike
himself
up,
up
many
just a
thanks.
bit, but now he's got FNG behind him. Will he be able to turn the corner?
Advance.
Going to be so close. Can they catch him? And it looks like FNG. Oh, he could have turned and voided him.
Foul
He's
creature.
gonna. No, yes, he does manage to find him. In the meantime, Lycan
Mission
manages to finish
middle.
off the Roshan. He
Fleet
grabs
of
the
foot.
Aegis, and Vega find themselves buckling under this pressure of VP, who are
Rolling
executing
thunder.
their game plan extremely well. Tell me, Ryu, what went wrong? The puck initiation was there, but it seemed like there
Stand
was no
aside.
decent follow-up.
Yeah, it's just like, where's their damage coming from besides the
Goal.
call down here? And it just looks like that the healing ward plus the Witch Doctor heal is like
Yes.
restoration level 2. They just absolutely turned that team fight with the massive amounts of sustain, and they desperately need to
That
have
way.
this Wyvern now, as you can see, getting up those levels. He needs to have 6 so he can immediately blow up one of
Faster.
the heroes and kind of set up the team fight. Because, yeah, Puck went in, but he wasn't
Come
able
now.
to escape because he didn't have the blink dagger issue. You blink in, you silence, you warp out, and then you can maybe re-engage later, but Solo is going to be flying. Just can't fly. That's like check.
It's all right, he'll get
I
back.
grow in power and craft.
They will
Top
make
lane
it
is
solo
missing.
airborne or not, and that should be another free one as Yoku
Fleet of
adds
foot.
another kill to his tally, bringing it to 3-0-2. He's been involved in 5 and 6 kills put under their belt since the bell rang, since the horn blew.
Careful what you
Looks
play.
like they're ready to get going. Like if you're
Beware the end in. With a cold craft. Striker runs. It's not time. Rampant. From upland Druid I ride. Come now.
VP ready to take yet another tower. Glyph is available if they want to use
Goal.
that hill, really showing itself
Your
here.
middle tower is under
You know
attack.
what? I'm just gonna say it. I want to see
Faster.
Ancient Apparition. You and Bob. We had a long conversation while we were watching.
Rolling thunder.
CM coming out instead of the AA.
Yeah, this is, but it would get kind of
Advance.
the same situation though, where you get
I
punished.
mean, at
like,
least you've got that ult to at least
Yeah,
make
but-
him think twice.
you just got your level 6 on CM, so you would have it now, but you already lost the Roche, you already lost 3 towers.
Come now.
And that's
That's
maybe
awesome.
when they can start finding those pickoffs now, but yeah.
And this is actually a big deal. VP has just spotted a huge stack.
With all my
They've got
craft.
the symbol for their gyro. If they manage to sneak over and take this, that's going to be a tremendous
Advance.
loss. If they take this tier 1, that becomes so much easier. And it feels like Vega really can't even
That way.
reliably fight into it to begin with. So,
Gold for my
yeah,
coin.
that's going to be Hexnell done as well. So
Rampant.
you've got Shin Hill, you've got Mech, you've got the healing board, and you've got Witch Doctor.
That's
I don't even know what to do.
I mean, they have Earth 2 charges on them. Top of
Fleet
that
of
wall.
foot.
Like if
Oh,
they,
you already got, wait, you got more. They say you got the heal.
Striker runs. Middle.
More from your Satyr.
excellent.
Do you want any more heals?
Yeah, like, yeah, base healing
Goal.
right now. Like, taking a look around the heroes, nobody's damaged enough. It's like, Night Stalker's healing at 16.8.
Yes.
Like, that's his base healing at the moment. All right, here we go. High ground
Rolling
attempt.
thunder.
12 minutes in. VP wants to knock the series up. 1-1.
The death ball is real right now.
Oh, yeah, dude.
They can't fight this at all without Wyvern ulti. I am. Oh my. It's.
3 racks. There's going to be a call down. Oh, my goodness. What a
Striker
goal.
runs.
And there's the call down. Can they follow it up? Can they make it
Denied.
through the heel? That was as good as they
Faster.
could have asked for, and it just doesn't matter. Look at the sea of green. You can't touch them.
Attack.
Seoma is going to be frozen up and healed up, but he
With all
still
my
can't do
craft.
anything. Like, look at this. Look how much damage VP has taken. They may be able to get Yoku, but even
Your
if they
middle
just
tower
got an
is
Aegis,
under
I don't
attack.
even know why he back there. He probably been better off just dying. G's trying to come in. I mean, they really can't
Yes.
punch through this. That was the best shot I think Vega could have given them at all.
Goal.
But, yeah, that's still going to be Rax. And now no one being pursued out. He's going to face shift out.
Method to
And
my
he does
thunder
get embraced as well. Now Solo.
Come now.
Yeah, look at this. They're not even done, man. Puck's down for 42 seconds. And yeah, he doesn't have buyback. So like if they want to go do those ancients,
Rampant.
Like they just fought for like 2 minutes and then all of a sudden they're still at full HP now. This is absurd.
dude, that felt like StarCraft. Like you saw a bunch of big abilities go off and just a bunch of things hit each other until some other things died. Like the healing is
That
real.
way.
That was the perfect combination coming in from Vega. They had so
The
much
system
AoE
adapts.
on top of their heads and then, you know, round it back up.
Yeah.
Rolling
get top
thunder.
shape. I don't know how you just don't tap out there. Maybe so
That
you know,
way.
like the lowest or the quickest game in history.
Beware the cloud.
Radiant structures are fortified.
From upland crude I ride.
Can I have my short for healing there? Yeah. Said.
Faster.
Anyway, 9-3. VP takes a Rax short of 15 minutes. And certainly in the land,
A gift from the tempest of
FN still
battle.
has that big stack he can try to get himself to. Not going to help if he gets caught out. FMG's right on his
Advance.
tail. Mag's there with the roar. No fear there as well, but this is going to be... no, unable to get him home.
Fleet
No
of
Fear
foot.
getting the best chance he could.
Thunder barrier.
Like, how
For the conqueror. I prove craftier.
but it's this a little deceptive.
Rolling
You think
thunder.
Vegas may win this game than it seems at first blush.
Not after taking
Rampant.
for Vegas and then the Rax at 15 minutes in the game. This is
Striker
like,
runs.
and going into the later stages of the game, like
Regeneration.
we're going to do way more. Juggernaut
Yes.
is one of the perfect counters. Gyrocopter, the only thing that can is Cold Embrace.
Storm Slay. Stand aside.
Up net on the advent. He's going to be stunned by the golem as well. There's going to be the death ward.
Come
Doesn't get
now.
enough damage done. Not that it matters though, as G's right on top of him, as you said, ready to clean him up. And yeah, Vega showing a few
Rolling
signs
thunder.
of life, but not much going on in that top lane.
Faster.
It's kind of nice when you see like this kind of come into fruition.
Fleet of
Work it
foot.
out. Like if you don't hit these timings, like and if you get that
Go.
top, go back to the farm, all of a sudden you go to the bottom lane, you get
Come
those
now.
skills before you
Thunder barrier. Advance.
they do look like a good team for like the first two games. The second game they just like, hey, we're gonna actually play today.
Yep. All right, first game of the
Rampant.
Just nerves.
Yeah. Somehow I imagine this VP squad is used to
Striker runs.
crowds. I don't. There is something to it though. And now VP.
Beware the clouds.
Gyro stats.
I've never seen two
Yes.
wagons in my life. I've seen one.
I didn't even
Not
notice
two.
that until now.
Storming in.
Dual wagon Doto.
Oh, this is just hilarious right now.
Let's go Cardi.
Rolling thunder.
Cardi and Cardi Jr. And this is such a huge loss though. Real talk. Cards are not losing the stack.
Striker runs.
Gyro's one open. They give him a springboard and maybe get a good item completed. Give himself a chance to actually stay alive in
Yes.
these fights. Has just gone down the drain. And this is basically his BKB that is being snatched away and given.
Fleet of foot.
Just completed book 3.
Yeah, that was 1,000, if not more gold.
That's all.
VP, and they're just going to get bled dry if this keeps going on. And
Come now.
what big things can they come back with? We talked about it. Environment is like the only key, so we have to
Advance.
focus now on to maybe the Juggernaut. If
Thunder rolls.
because we saw how probably doing the most
Such storms are shaped.
maxed out.
Faster.
And it's also going to be hard too when you have the chin with Greaves and Hand God.
Beware the clouds.
Target.
That way.
I'm even confused, but the frontliners that we were going to be fighting
Rampant.
like
Your
Juggernaut,
middle
so we're gonna have
tower
to
is
try
under
and find
attack.
one of those, blow 'em up. But it's nighttime now,
Rolling thunder.
and all that vision that you get from Beastmaster
I'm under attack.
is negated, so
Yes.
can't even work with that.
Glimmer Cape up on Aloha Dance too, by the way. I hadn't even talked about that.
Come
So,
now.
The ability for VP to bail people out if they get in
And it's
trouble.
all magic damage from their team right now for Vega. That is, oh man, this Veo.
do want to point out
That way.
the two cards.
The
holding
enemy's
back up
bottom
against
tower
this
has
game's
fallen.
been more like StarCraft. It's like, yeah, we got our ranged.
You also have an armadillo running around.
Yeah, exactly.
Fleet of foot.
Oh yeah. It's
Advance.
oh wow.
Immediate result. Stricken.
All right, real talk. 10-4. Score Vega.
Your middle tower
I mean,
is
they've
under
managed
attack.
to keep it together. They managed to turn away VP that last
Radiant structures are fortified.
With our
Foul creature.
really making that lose themselves back.
Thunderclap. From upland crude I rise.
Obvious question. Obvious answer.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Light.
This is the most
From
obvious
upland
and
crude I rise.
something you have to kind of do, and you just see the top lane being pushed out.
Striker run.
Your
Just know
middle
that
tower
they're
is under
trying to
attack.
play. Hardest thing for VP would be maybe scouting, but
From
they have
upland druid I
they have
rise.
bringing summons.
Boy, fresh mate.
Oh my goodness, 4-man coil. Let's see if there's a follow-up. Here it comes. Coleman's coming. They're going to be able to get no fear. He's already down. Damage is there a little bit more this time, but there's going to be the follow-up on these guys, as well as the Crystal Maiden ult. There's going to be an embrace on the F to keep him alive. Roar catches out Aloha Dance. It's 2 for 2. Absolute slugfest, but I think absolutely it's going to end in favor of VP as they track down the gyro and they clean up house. That was probably the last real chance we were going to see Vega have. The initiation, once again, on point from no one. The absolute standout star from game one. Continues to be a star here in game 2, but the follow-up just simply not there. Even with the Crystal Maiden ulti, even with the Roar, it's just not enough based on what they've managed to build so far. And yeah, by the way, that damage you thought you were doing, you're not anymore, because now we have a Crimson Guard on our Night Stalker.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Healing percent.
Yeah, you saw the problem there with Vega.
You're done.
Coordinate right and going for the chin.
With all my
nice,
craft.
but I think you have to just try and take out one of the cores with either the life or the Juggernaut.
The system adapts.
Going for the chin, it probably wasn't the right play, and at the end of the day, Gyrocopter uses
That
call
way.
down. All that damage was mitigated from the Wyvern ulti, so they didn't get as much
Advance.
damage as they needed. So using those spells, kind of stacking with the Wyvern ulti, and you
From
can see why
upland
the
druid
team
I
at
rise.
times that you don't play absolutely perfectly.
Yes. I return to the grasslands of my home.
Yoku, close to a BKB. They want to back up. He needs about another 100 gold or so, not even that. So. But for now, let's go ahead and keep going. What's key here for Vega?
Don't at least get one kill.
It's like, it's fine if you lose racks, just make sure they knew they were in a fight, okay? Here we go, Solo brought down with 0 reprisal. Now maybe they'll try to turn things around. There's going to be a TP off the buyback.
Nice
TP's
buyback.
There's going to be the chin heal though, and now they're going to turn it back around somehow. The Night Stalker stayed alive. Solo eating damage from the dead load. In the meantime,
Your top
no
tower
one
is under
damage
attack.
he can. It's going to be a 1-for-1 so far with that
Striker run.
buyback. They do manage to get the Aegis down off the Juggernaut as well, but I imagine they're going to be ready to
Your
re-engage.
top tower
Roar was
is
used.
under
There's going to be the
attack.
waning rift. That's going to force them back at least a little bit. And let's see if VP wants to fight.
Monster kill.
Play it safe.
Your top tower is under
Play it safe.
attack.
The only thing-
With a cult
The
craft.
only reason Vega won that team fight even a little bit was because of the buyback coming in from Wyvern.
Fleet of foot.
Set up for that, but
Your top
and they
tower
just
is under
back
attack. Your
out now.
top tower has fallen.
Faster.
Figure out how Vega can, come back there. Call the ulti now on this
That
time
way.
on the light.
Beware the crowds. I'm well packed with my craft. Stand
Juggernaut,
aside.
speaking of Juggernaut, FN, you got BKB, forced to use it. Your first, was it? First, yeah.
Yep, it's 10-second charge.
Rampant.
Here we go, calling out onto a Aloha Dance. Not enough restoration to survive
Come
through
now.
that. So VP, oh wow, they're going to smoke. This is
Go.
they're going to double back. Yeah, that was the plan.
Striker run. Feeling under the weather.
Smoke game just to get the hawk.
Fleet
Your
of
top
foot.
tower is under attack.
So VP only lose the Witch Doctor there.
I'm not ready.
Didn't get to really touch
Advance.
no one going for the veil.
Beware the crowds.
Your top tower is under
I want to
attack.
have a Yule set
You're
to right
burning
to
left.
counteract the Night Stalker for
Yes.
the silence and all, but he's like, we have no damage, man. We need to get something, and I really do love that pickup here. It's like
Rolling thunder.
an Ember Spirit at times. If you don't go like Rapier or damage, guys. It's like kind of the last effort. You saw how effective it kind of is with the lineup, with all the magic damage.
Come now!
It's very hard. At least they have something new, kind of like Mag going
I'm
into
under
that
attack!
mechanism. So they have some heal on their side now.
That's going to be one
Lead
Rex
a
down.
foot.
Not a whole lot. So
There
there's
you
going to
go.
be a very nice.
On the jug this time.
Yep, and now Yoku has the BKB. He's going to look to turn around. FN using his BKB as well. Healing is there, but again, the damage actually is there for once. A low
Striker
on
on.
getting the death ward off. They
enemy's
can't bring it
bottom
down.
tower
He
has
healed
fallen.
through it and managed to get teleported back home. Absolutely absurd. The rest of BP not quite as fortunate as they're going to be forced probably on foot. No one right there chases him down. And they actually hit the point there, so it looks like that might be enough to get FNG and
Thunder.
looking for it though. And yeah, they will be able to extricate themselves. So Vega able to hold. They did lose one set of racks, the melee still standing.
Go.
I can't help it. I got tunnel visioned on that. There was a witch doctor channeling
Rolling
the
thunder.
channeling the his ulti forever, healing on like 10 HP.
Force staff.
That was
Fleet of foot.
back coming in. But that was a nicer play coming in from Solo on the enemy.
Storming in.
You know, he set up everything for that team fight. It wasn't even his Winter's Curse. I mean, his kept the gyrocopter alive when the lightning was on top of him. And they just did that perfectly, waiting out the BKBs, and then taking down.
Yes.
Oh, I got it.
The enemy's middle tower
But the
has
problem now
been
is
denied.
Vega, though. Like, that's good. You needed to win that team fight to at least stay.
Force Titan.
Find a way to
Start extending. Deja vu. Attack. Striker on time for a dirt. This levels the field. That way.
Someone was sneak down.
Go.
I mean, I do feel like Vegas on the clock. Like you said, the
Rampant.
veil did pay off there. Great play from Solo, as you mentioned. It just, you got to educate me.
Come
man.
now.
Show me those 6,000 plus NMR points. What's realistically the
Yes.
plan other
Thunder rules. Not yet.
But
Come now.
it's hard to fight into the Night Stalker in this stage of the game. Luckily enough, they're not tagged, so they can have complete vision, and then they would be able to shut down Solo making these plays. Very aggressive. Right now,
That way.
Solo is the man of the hour. He's got Adelin as well. Initiation, he, like that clock go for that next play around
Rampant.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
One thing we should note is
Go.
not being picked up because this is a very heavy.
Fleet of foot. Fresh mate. Undercut. Static stone. Barrier. Back you go. Rolling thunder.
DP, all they have to do is just kind of farm out here. Don't be
Striker on.
and
Dire's courier
Vega's
has
lineup.
been
At least it's
killed.
not all AoE
Advance.
team fight. You can still have Mag here on his Beastmaster. He can solo some good heroes. He's got the Necro
Advance.
1. Would like to have the Necro 3 by now, so he can
Beware the crowds.
I think the Necro would help him a lot.
Fleet of
in that
foot.
So they were able to boost up their heroes and
Immediate result.
survive.
Huge on Yoku. Looks like there's going to be no follow. Probably the wise call to make. I mean,
Rampant.
Vega gapped this. He would have been correct.
Method to my madness.
Now he's going to go ahead and move in. With the creep control, he's going to try to chase down Solo. Solo's going to be away. Inside the trees.
Striker
A whole
on.
lot going on there. And VP.
Thunder
Way
rules.
back up.
Go.
I think just continue to farm the jungle. But as you said,
A gilded death.
a downside.
Yes.
Wyvern did pick up a blink dagger too.
Very far.
Riding high. Barrier. Beware the crowds.
Why?
Rolling
They would have a better opportunity. He's not going to make that decision.
No.
I'm not something crazy as well. It's like you just put something in the top lane, other 4 in the bottom. You're gonna get something.
Rune of
Like, look at
double
this tower in the
damage.
bottom lane. You just throw like 2 creeps on it and it's dead. So they have a lot of opportunities to work with the league on this. They might pull out the alliance, but they don't necessarily need to.
Roche coming back up in about 10 seconds, that seems to be. Virtus Pro versus Virtus.
Light.
And, you know, an Aegis plus one more good team fight and they'll lock this game down. It is worth saying Vegas done a commendable job of keeping this not to reasonable, but they've actually made
What
up
weathercraft
ground.
is
It's been
this?
relatively small ground and it's continuing to move against them.
Rolling thunder.
By without
That way. Rivals lit. Come now.
but this road
Ultimate slap. That's it. Storm slip. End in. From upland field I rise. Static storm. Thunder blitz. Not Storm and thunderclap.
Bodies and not having
Feet of foot.
blink in, defusal, anybody you
Strider
want to down,
runs.
and that's going to help them a lot. Try to get some pickoffs because they're
Yes.
running themselves at blizzard.
Flash man. Advance. End in. Shamed interfering. Knowledge is found. Come down. Deja vu. Beware the cowards. That's it.
Yeah, if you look at the vision,
I'm having a field day. Rampant. It's not time yet.
What serve?
Rolling
like
thunder.
Big Night Stalker against Beastmaster, guys.
Well, Vega not getting much out of the smoke.
Strider runs.
Vega wins it. Takes the Aegis.
Back you go.
How
Faster.
How realistic is it that they're able to then draw this game back to even with maybe one other team fight?
I still think VP have the best late game because of the 2 DPS
Advance.
on the front lines. They have all the counters that they really need. I mean, you have the Manta style on the Juggernaut to get out of the silence where he's going to get locked down. Eventually, they'll probably get the Lincolns too to counteract the Beastmaster roar as well as the Wyvern ult into the...
Your bottom tower
We have
is under
nothing.
attack.
Oh, Zeoma going straight on in on his own. There's going to be a BKB. They're going to try to follow this through, and
he wanted to go on the high ground there, I think.
Yeah,
and he
I-
forced down to the... Oh, that is...
I
That
was
feels bad.
curious what the hell was going on there, and we can see Solo's trying to hang
Beware
around.
the
Finally going to
clouds.
come back and initiate 3-man waiting rip. There's a
Rolling
cooldown as well,
thunder.
and G manages to get off the
Radiant's
Omni Slash in the
courier
meantime.
has been
He'll be able to pull back and heal up. G
Fleet of foot.
managing to keep himself safe for a limited time, but Vega
Send back.
able to bring him down.
Come now.
That's going to be 1 for 2. Vega's lost to VP. Still controlling the pit. Big
Oh.
loss to lose G, but I don't know there's a whole lot they're going to be able to do. And oh, by the way, take a look at top lane.
Yes.
Another reason Vega had to go back. Creep and split pushing back here. And they're still doing good damage.
Rolling
Of course,
thunder.
that's going to come in and be the Aegis picked up for Lycan. Jesus left on the ground.
Go.
And Solo's up there. He may be able to blink. No.
that is... Oh, wait, he saw it.
Thunder roll.
Nighttime.
Oh
Nighttime.
my
That way.
goodness.
Darkness, please. That's
Radiant
good vision.
structures are
I think if that
fortified.
was just regular
Fleet
night.
of foot.
Oh my goodness.
Still sitting there too, man. Let it age a
Advance.
bit more, I suppose. See, like, is anyone gonna go get it?
Like
Rampant.
fine. I'm gonna be OCD now.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, there we go, boys.
Hello.
Crowd cheers.
Striker
We have to go
runs.
for this
No,
play.
I love this play actually. Like, so often it seems like, and I love. God, I'm such a liar. I say so often.
Faster.
Cast it in a year. What the hell am I saying? But back in the day,
Fresh. Come now.
see gyrocopters. It's very often. Okay, so we're gonna get our beekeeping.
Faster.
We're gonna put then maybe we'll think about getting another
Stand
when they're down,
aside.
when you're in this situation,
not time
where
yet.
really, it's not just one fight. You got to win
Rampant.
4 big ones in a row. And instead of, instead
Goal.
of taking the game,
Thunderclap.
you're hoping you can just take the enemy by surprise. And get back on
This
the
changes things.
you can see these gyro
That
fighters
way.
just sit on their money and slowly try to grind down enough.
Advance.
And in the meantime, the other side inevitably was being more efficient with the gold. Really like this play out there.
Yeah, it's kind of like you needed it. Butterfly is great against the heroes, but I don't
Come
think
now.
it's enough for DPS. And
Crush, mate.
they're just biggest thing for
Rolling
me is
thunder.
not stacking Winter Wyvern with the Platinum. And they don't.
One man coil, just going to be aloha dance. No Fear is up
Lead
there.
of
They're
foot.
going to be able to get him up. Oh, there we go. There's going to be a roar on the No Fear and the ulti from the Crystal Maiden. No Fear.
Strike around.
And he's alone.
Oh my goodness, here we go. No one now in some trouble. Gyrocopter has dropped. Didn't see who picked the rapier up. Now, oh, it was on the puck. It's on the ground. Rapier's on the ground, and it's see who's going to pick this bad boy up. That will be FNG. So the gamble doesn't pay off. In the meantime, Solo brought down GG. Well
pressure
played.
system.
And all of a
Yes.
sudden, my man, after watching VP, as you said, stagger out the gate yesterday in game 1, stagger out the gates again in game 1
Dyer's
today.
turret has been killed.
And really played their draft quite well. Do you think they can
Come now.
They held that game a lot longer.
Yeah,
That time.
they kind of bring it kind of back into the game with Solo.
Strike
there.
a run.
Solo played in the top lane, and they were just going to wait out. Gyrocopter there with that grind. Try to kick you something.
I'm under attack.
Go on supports there at the end of the game. You didn't find out the scores, and it was just like,
Amazing.
Rolling thunder.
Great foil. Big rips all over.
Not yet.
hey, you have no vision of the hero, and you have to give up support. Yeah,
Faster.
VP got to be happy there. Taking it to a game 3, not going to be necessarily eliminated, and if they can
Fleet
pull
of
off
foot.
another draft like this and play as they did, I could see them winning the next one.
Vega, again, coming into this as the favorites. Looked like they were, just based on game 1 and the momentum they had.
Dyer's structures
Looks like
are
they might have been able
fortified.
to roll it up. Stead, you ready? You ready? I know you've been waiting for it.
Your
Stead,
middle
you
tower
turn
is
from
under
bagel
attack. Your
to
middle
a
tower
breadstick
has fallen.
And not this series. I may see, and that's Ryu.
From
Gonna take a
Upland
quick break,
Druid
guys.
I
We'll be
ride.
back with the
Thunder
this game,
roll.
of course, looking at game 3. Stick with us.
That way. Your soul falls. Strike around. My searing cane. Wicked sick. Advance. That was
and the best choice in payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone.
Come now.
Counter-Strike and StarCraft. World of Tanks and League of Legends. EG
Fleet of foot.
You know for sure who's going to win.
It's not time yet. That way. Go. Advance. Rampant. Yes. Strike a run. Rolling thunder.
Invitational. We're back at the panel now, joined again by Gods.
Come now.
Breaking this one down. Before we do so,
Faster. Monster kill. Craftier.
My trophy cast.
Come
is
now.
cool. I didn't want any more.
gentlemen, well, I have most questions are very close. There's not a
Not yet.
situation.
Not yet. Advance.
Five really good players on that team.
Strike around.
It does require all 5 players to keep up and push the play together. I think maybe that's what they need to
The
jump
crazy
start.
thing is, a draft like that doesn't even highlight anyone's individual play and how good these players are individually. It's really a strategic team win there, and that's what it took for VP to get a win. A bit of kind of a gimmicky strategy. They had no room for error, but 13 minutes in, they're pushing your high ground with Chen Mech, Hand of God, Witch Doctor Heal, Healing Ward itself from the Jug, and
Rampant!
Winter Wyvern's level 4. What are you going to do?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
13-minute racks when Winter Wyvern's level 4, that's...
Beware the clouds!
It was like perfect.
Rolling thunder!
That is, I believe, that's the 13th or 14th fastest
Yes.
rack still time in 500 games since the track.
Thunderclap!
So really good pace
Faster.
set up. I also think the fifth pick 9 is actually something that we talked about yesterday.
Immediate result.
He took that Hero Jolly, played it in the off lane, and rushed the Aghanim Scepter for the
Come now.
Roach Pit. And that's something that we see it in a lot of Dota, but especially in CIS Dota. Is
Your
the
middle
tower is under attack.
So you can actually prioritize the action. He rushed the Crimson God. I
Static
think
Storm.
they picked it just as like a hero.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, rushed the Crimson God.
And is it one of those things
Thunder
where it's like,
Raperior!
we all felt really here.
Advance!
Your middle tower is under attack.
But it's one of those things that you don't
Strike a run!
know until you see it executed that's like, whoa, this actually turned out to be quite a heavy
Your
outdraft.
middle
Is that how
tower
we
is
feel
under
about it?
attack.
I don't think it was an outdraft per se. I think Vega did not get enough out of
That
their
way.
lanes. Like when Winter Wyvern got heavily underleveled, both the Vega supports were just
Strike a run.
When that first high
Beware the clouds!
Wyvern was 6 or 7.
Charged up!
Okay, then you can actually defend it.
Rolling
So I
thunder.
think Vega just didn't get enough out of the early game laning stage.
It's
Faster.
just a highly
Speedy rune of haste.
Here's the 13th
Yes.
rack still here. Great coordination.
Your
Beware
bottom
the
tower
clouds!
is under attack.
All in, putting pressure, line up.
Rampant!
High risk strategy. And a lot of times the game is going to look lopsided one way or another.
Fleet of foot.
These lineups out in the field, but it's not a matter of winning or losing the draft. It's just that you
From
took advantage
Upland
of it.
Druid I
If
ride.
VP don't get a rack, I would say in the first 15 to 20 minutes they just lose this game. So it's pretty much like VP managing somehow like cutting you against people who
That way.
had a bad lane. They didn't get like the Chen or
Advance.
flat right there. Like it, suddenly the game doesn't go.
I'm having a field day!
It's going to be
From Upland Druid I ride.
an easy defense and then just stop VP.
I would 100% agree. It's kind of
Come now! That way! Boy! Flashlight! This one is ended! Thunderclap! Oh! Come now! Not yet.
They haven't looked good when they're running around the other harder to execute strategies in some ways. Like there's very little room for error here, but it's very much like you listen to your shot caller, like you push what he says to push, and FNG had a clear idea of how this draft would play out, and then it worked. So
100%. I just think at this point, we talk about comfort heroes a lot in analyzing these drafts. I think there is something to the notion of comfort strategies that you look at each other and say, we're not playing as a team, we're not executing.
Your middle tower is under attack.
What is a strategy that we feel like a lineup, not just individual heroes, but what's a lineup that we feel like
Your middle tower is under attack.
Maybe to be as insane to say, what if they found their groove? What if this is something that this might be us from here on out? And
Mistake.
that's the one here, which is like.
is that what you take away from this? Like,
Advantage against it's not even
Unlock
like
my speed again.
Here that VP have really played much of this, but you look at
From Upland Druid I ride.
pick up a little bit more deep push a little bit.
With a
So I feel like
gold!
this first deep push goes with Wyvern, with Puck, with Jarvis, with
Double damage! Rampant!
maybe with the level, like with the level. Yeah.
Fleet of foot!
It boils down to execution. I think they had it.
Goal!
Yeah, I think this is one of those games where it's like this is the first time they played
Advance!
head-to-head. Head-to-head. They would probably
Faster!
VP with personally. I still think Vega had the more
Striker
stable
on!
Your
reliable
middle
draft to
tower
work
is
with. It was
under
very
attack.
much the surprise factor. Very few games you're going to be playing against
Your
these
middle
opponents
tower
coming-
has
You
fallen.
expect this team to maybe take a 10-minute Roshan, but what you don't expect is suddenly
Yes.
knocking at your rack 12 minutes in, and that's something which teams just aren't really accustomed to having to deal with.
Well, if you're granted the opportunity to replay the match over again with the same draft here, I mean, how do you reapproach it?
Come now.
Big at that point. Do you try to take it to Chen so he's not able to kind of
Go.
really be able to thrive? Do you adjust your lanes a certain way?
I think you go a bit more
Not
heavy
yet.
on the supports, because the support level
Feel the
they
death.
really fell off. The Dark Company
Yes.
working out of the lane, so that they freeze up the lane. First, the Dark Company can get active and
That
pressure
way.
some of the other heroes more now. And then secondly, you've got a lane where the Winter Wyvern is
Advance.
6 level 7. I feel like most teams you'll see run the Winter Wyvern, pick it with
Thunder rolls!
leave the lane, go to the jungle,
Lost knowledge is found!
give Winter Wyvern.
Fleet of foot!
Level 7 like 10 left in. Winter Wyvern at 12, 30 minutes in.
Striker runs!
This game feels like
It's not time yet.
And I think the other
Faster! Rolling thunder! Static storm! Thunderclap! Front-keeping disruptor!
the castle was brought up late.
Faster!
This is kind of a bad dream for us.
Shadow wave!
But there were also some mistakes in the previous
That
game.
way.
I think that called on might overlap with the curse.
Yeah, that is always a fickle thing.
Rolling
So yeah,
thunder!
I think it's just there were some small mistakes by Vega. Both in the
From upland druid I ride.
that I don't think you see them making it if they get the chance to do so.
Fleet of foot!
Check out the match damage.
three Vega players.
Not done!
No, I mean,
Come now!
easy lineup was built back then.
Go!
They did. You would be getting a lot more from the side of the not so much.
Rampant!
You know, at this point, how do you
This level thunder rolls!
all out
Advance! Free of me! Stricken! Striker run!
maybe when you feel like a kind of outside of the
Rolling
box
thunder!
than it is maybe in these kind of situations.
This fills a similar role to like
Come now!
which is like hits like that that helps us defend the high ground. So I think it could have worked.
Fleet of foot!
Kicker isn't quite as good in the lane. He really gave me this doesn't really offer a whole lot to your lane. He has no Winter Wyvern.
Yes!
Gain compression in the mid lane because they already had the CM who could also help the safe lane, but
That way!
definitely, if there's ever a game where an AA should be viable, it was that game. So I think AA was a viable
Ember
Stop
strike.
that.
Now rekindled!
Yeah, that was
Thunderclap! Chained in theory! The system adapts! Faster! Not yet! It's not time yet! No!
wasn't able to get quite enough out of that to slow down those early pushes. And I think the Ancient Apparition is almost even a little more problematic in that respect than Winter Wyvern.
All right, we're going to go back for Coach Nahaz again, but now you're going to be supporting the side of Vega here. Do you kind of go into Game 3 anticipating that there's potential that Virtus Pro could pull out something similar again, just with backs against the wall? You get a bit more creative with your FNG,
Your bottom
or do you
tower-
go back to just working with what works for you in a Vega lineup?
I think the latter much more so. I think it's the same that we said yesterday.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
That we got a draft that we feel comfortable with. We got heroes that we feel like are very playable against the opposing lineup, and we knew what we needed.
Your
to do
bottom
to win the game.
tower is under attack.
And so it's much more about just tightening up that execution, making some little adjustments in terms of being a little bit more efficient with resource gathered early on.
I don't think they need to change their picks. If anything, they like the Chen ban. I think they can change up some of their bans, but their drafts have been working for the most part this game.
And what about Virtus Pro then? You got into the Vega
The falling tide rises again!
like that in a sense that you can pick up something a bit more profitable for yourself? It's hard to gauge at the
My
moment.
goodness, profitable.
I actually that was not.
They've been losing a lot with the the nature. So I don't know. It does the same thing that happened against the Lions. The game when they
Golden opportunity.
Roshan has fallen into the
Claimed
depths.
immortality.
As Chief showed,
Striker
we were
runs.
talking about this during the game, and we were talking about before the last game. You know, what's
Method to my madness.
That's one thing though that they could do is try the global strat with the Zeus Spectre.
Striker runs.
Profit. That's one kind of
Shadow wave.
They work
Yes.
for OG. Game 2 matchup against Navi
Yep.
here, but it seems like we have a draft ready to go.
Go.
So why don't we go ahead and hop into game number trace here. Vega versus Virtus Pro. One
Come
team is
now.
on. One team. You gotta get that. Let's see who's gonna be here. Virtus Pro.
That way.
We're gonna be on Radiant's side. With the first pick, Vega will be on Dire.
Rampant.
Trying to be a bit similar here. Again, Virtus Pro going to be given the nod to the
Advance.
Bounty Hunter. And again, Vega say no to the OD. Nature's Prophet. Main here for Virtus Pro. They don't take much time at all to think about it. They want something juicy.
Rolling thunder.
It's very clear that F&G has some kind of game plan going into each game where like pick or side
Fleet
does
of
matter,
foot.
because VP actually had the selection again this game. So game 2 they chose Dire, and then game 3 they have choice where they choose first pick over Dire. So it seemed like they had one strat they want to run on Dire, but now they have choice again. It's like, okay, that was our Dire strat. Let's go take first pick and
Striker
our
runs.
other strat that we can.
Yeah, that is just the mark of the captain.
From upland through I ride. Next. Beware the cowards! And under attack! Yes, Lord! I grow in power and trust! Rolling back! This'll give you some hand in! The embers still burn. System adapt! Thunderclap!
Knows how to play it.
Triple kill! That way!
That we can look out for again in this draft, but I think we're going to try and play this game straight up.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I wonder if Vegas.
Light!
Okay, let's go.
Storming in!
The enemy's middle tower
You've got
has
Keith
fallen.
Tucker, but you've also got that team that
Barrier up!
Get
I think if you're going to, my issue with the VP's drafts,
From
I said it
upland
before,
through I ride.
is if you're going to give the opposing lineup their
Go.
comfort picks, you've got to have something that you feel equally confident with. And
Faster.
I didn't see in those lineups yesterday, I didn't see in their game 1 draft heroes that they
Rampant.
were super confident. Here, all of a sudden, they're going to get G on that snowball hero.
Come now.
They're going to pick a hero that can really support that invoker mid, get him off to that very
Rolling
strong start.
thunder.
This is a good trade, I think, for the
And-
Beastmaster Enchantress.
And not just to hear that supports G, but as far as comfort picks go,
That feels better.
his actual
Faster.
So I think for VP, they're going to feel very good about what they've got for No Fear G.
Striker runs!
Because of that early commitment from Vega to go right for the Beastmaster and the Enchantress,
Advance.
does mean we're going to be something different here from this gentleman. No one. They have banned out the puck in that second
Yes.
phase, so not having any just very. I'm curious to see what his fallback plan is going to be. Casually throwing
That
out,
way.
it doesn't read to me like it would be a no one kind of a hero, but has found success in a mid lane matchup against someone like the Invoker. But
Go!
could we toy with the idea of a PL mid lane? Is that just something totally off the radar?
Fleet of
Kind of
foot!
a hero, but we've had a lot of success in the past with that matchup.
It's good. It matches up decently against Invoker and has an escape spell for the Earth Spirit. I think if there wasn't an Earth Spirit, you'd just be looking at Zeus as the
Fleet of foot!
clear mid lane and just to run that has good damage output to kind of draw.
Rolling
matches up
thunder.
fine against
That way!
Grows
cold.
Dendy mid PL out against an Invoker. And
Yes.
that's very often. All these teams playing in the same region, they're going to be scrimming each other. They're
From upland through I ride. Rampant!
Home the cat more losses. Enchantress is going to be able to cancel out a little bit
Faster.
of the passivity of that orb.
I was gonna say it would mean like possibly no one.
Striker runs.
It does work nicely in tandem with it,
Banned
but
already, yeah.
oh, it has been banned. Oh, it's hard to
Come
Well,
now.
they get it with the
Okay.
Spectre, so it gives some sustain for Spectre in lane, at least a decent zoning lane partner.
And you know what's great actually between Spectre though?
What
Not
more
like
Sutland
Doc
drill,
Doc
Middle
Naira?
tower
candidate
is under
later
attack.
Pick up something like a hard.
The storm
Trigger
also.
on the false promise. Let's say that this happens.
Your middle tower is under
You'll still
attack.
have plenty of time to wait for the
Dire
cooldown. Still get
structures
something
are
like after the
fortified.
math with the double heal. You can still get like 1,000 health.
Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle barracks are under attack. Your middle barracks has fallen.
There is the cheese.
Your middle
I
barracks
really
has
didn't know
fallen.
that they would do this. I wonder if they're going to Yoki back, or Yoki back to that. But I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to play.
I mean, that's
Your middle tower
FNG.
has
This
fallen.
is I unfortunately
Your
don't
middle-
know his what was
Attack.
probably a long
Your mi-
player history here, but is this his first time competitively playing in the off lane position?
As
I hate
far
to-
as I'm aware, yes.
Yeah, and going into a group of this is like one of the most microman heavy. I mean, if I was an off laner, it'd be and
Radiant victory.
Yeah, in theory, you may just put like FNG on some kind of tempo controller, safe lane farmer. Like, I guess it's really hard because you don't want to completely screw with your roles as much as you may need to because of the blue pick. Basically, it's going to come down to whatever. But this is the right kind of pick. So I'm thinking like, what kind of offlaners would work against Oracle Spectre? And there's not many great ones available. The Nature's Prophet was already banned out earlier. The Earth Spirit's kind of working here, so you can't exactly run the lane setup. So I think they can punish that back by picking out the Spectre, but there's always that Spectre here.
now you got to use something from Noah here.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty evasive to avoid the confrontation from an Earth Spirit early on, and might need to be able to kind of help out in the side lane pressure a bit too.
You may even need to consider something that can deal with Brood, and there we go. It's going to be. I was just thinking, like, what are the Brood heroes that either have some catch for Brood, a bit of AOE wave clear, like you consider something crazy like a Darkseer mid, but Batrider is good against Brood. It's a gem carrier. You've got AOE to help deal with the Spiderlings.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
Vintage CIS pick out of VP here. That's something that's been coming back a little bit lately, but
This is a CIS draft.
It
in a
really
nutshell, yeah.
is.
Like,
It
not
really
even just
is.
the CIS.
All right, gentlemen, we got to make this one snappy though. Predictions
I'm
now.
gonna take Vega. I think it's gonna be a barn burner. This is gonna be a great game.
I'm going with Vega. Just
I'll go with Virtus Pro, and let's go ahead and send it to the Cybersports Arena. We got AC and Ryu bringing you the cast.
Hey guys, welcome back. Game number 3 of the leadoff series of the day. Vega taking on VP once again. CIS showdown, and this draft really shows that to
Oh
us.
man, I'm so excited to get into this. We just see
Oh, man.
so many new heroes here.
Dude, I'm
Oh.
so hyped to see CK.
Yeah, CK is just one of those fun heroes
Oh,
to watch.
He's one of those heroes that, yeah,
You need a pairing partner, and it's normally it's Wisp, or
Right.
sometimes it could
It's
be
very
Coddle,
predictable.
but this time it's going to be with the CM, and I really like it just for having that extra stain because his mana early on is absolute garbage, and this is going to, like they talked about on the panel, it's going to be very interesting who's going to win this because this is even more even than last game, I feel. It's going to be all in this Brood to get something done early, and you're facing Mag, the best Brood player probably in the world.
Yep.
Got to ESL New York. They won that, and then they got to the invite to the majors, and this is just really well. I don't know. I've seen teams pick a Brood against Mag, and he just absolutely tells his team what to do, and they just dominate Brood. So I'm very scared on that side of things, but we'll have to see.
Well, one of the things that jumps out immediately is when you look at Vega, due to Spectre's innate mobility because of Haunt and so on, they have so much roam potential. Like, their initiation is off the charts. With Bad, with Beastmaster, who knows what sometime relatively soon. In fact, it looks like they're ready to get the party started early. They're going to smoke on into the Radiant side jungle, and it looks like VP may be anticipating some shenanigans grouped up there as well. Ward goes down, still hasn't popped it yet. Now, if these two engage very quickly, who's got the best one-on-one or best level 1? Who do you think?
Yeah, you don't have the Brood with you, so you just kind of have to bet. I'm very surprised they didn't just wrap around here, go for this play,
Yeah.
and just come from behind. That was a little bit questionable from Vega.
Well, it looks like they're still going to hang around, really wanting to secure this rune.
I mean, you can't fight into a Bat Rider. Once he gets 4 or 5 stickies on you, you're dead. You're just going to get run down, especially at CM. Imagine at CM having 5 stickies. You're going to have, like, negative movement speed or something crazy here.
That did get a little gold there. Saw her actually throw out the Frostbite and kill off the boar. So finally we're going to get into the laning phase, and as they take shape, how about we run through and talk about who's handling who. It'll be F and G playing on the Broodmother out in that off lane. It'll be Yoku on the Chaos Knight. Invoker going to be handled by G. No surprise there. I'm actually crazy hyped to see G's Invoker. Whenever I think G, this is what I think of, and No Fear is going to be there to make this foursome, as Vega had 2 there to start, Solo and No One on the Enchantress and the Bat, respectively. The Crystal Maiden on the map is going to be played by Aloha Dance, and the Earth Spirit, as mentioned, No Fear. Spectre's going to be handled by FN, farming up the Save Flame. The Bad Rider, played by No One, joined by Solo on the Enchantress and Min, as we already saw, will be Selma, playing on our Oracle, and the Beastmaster, who's in a little bit of trouble and having to come back behind his own tower to heal up. That's handled by Mag, as you had mentioned. So up at top, we can see how aggressive this Brood's already playing.
Yeah, they haven't really committed for this Sentry Ward just yet for Sioma. He knows that the Brood has 2, and he's going to get heavily de-warded, or, yeah, counter-warded here. So you can't really place them. You're just going to have to hope that the Enchantress can smoke around and come, and you're going to have this dust to play with on your Oracle. So they can still get the kill on him. And what creep did he get first? The Hellbear. Not ideal. You would really love to have a Troll Trap here against the Spider early on.
CN does hit 2, puts that first point in Aura, as you had mentioned. Such a huge help to the CK. And, you know, there are inevitably the threads, you know, looking ahead to the next patch of what's going to be the next hero. I'm not going to, the cancer hero, whatever. I hate actually calling it that. But what's going to be something that's just going to be spammed and it has a high potential to come into competitive play at a high level. And I defer, of course, to you and the better players and more knowledgeable players, but there's something in me that thinks Chaos Knight could be on that list.
Oh, yeah.
He plays so aggressive. He pairs well with a lot of good heroes that, you know, he's the kind of hero who doesn't need mobility so long as he has a mobility initiator, and those seem to be popular. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, ever since his change, he keeps getting buffed, you know, gradually here,
Right.
gradually there, with the minus armor that his crit applies to now. It's going to be able to do a lot of damage to, you know, BKB units, so it's going to help a lot because that's one of his big problems. They're going to have this wraparound top.
Trying to chase her, unable to. Oh, they do catch her from distance. There's the follow-up as well from the Oracle. Do they have the damage? They do.
They let FN take that kill. They wanted him to have it because he needs to have a really good start. He needs to get like those phase boots very fast to be able to chase down the Brood as well as just run away from the Spiderling. So
Right.
That's just an amazing play from Vega, realizing they need to get that kill on the Spectre.
It was played really, really well. Could not have cut it any closer, but they get the job done. And we see No Fear on the Earth Spirit. We saw him yesterday when VP struggled.
mid.
He had a tough day looking to turn that around
He
here.
missed
On
the kick in or the roll in.
Yeah.
That would have been a kill. Nice
Yeah.
sidestep from No One.
But, yeah, he struggled on this hero yesterday, and he's trying to remain active, already beginning to fall behind in levels quite a bit. Level 2 is he's just been hanging out mid, and looks like we're going to see Solo now rotate in.
Yeah, they have this ward kind of scouting his rotation, so if you get a killed now from G, it's kind of like shame on you, but he's drawing the line. He kind of wants to come in. No one's starting to build up those stacks, but it's going to be very hard diving in Invoker, especially when he has 17 Magic Wand charges already and boots. It's, you're just not going to get on top of this Invoker.
And taking a look at CS as we wait to see, yeah, it looks like Solo will go ahead and back off. No, actually, there's a smoke coming from VP. They want to turn this around. No Fear and Low Dance going to show. No One takes to the skies. There's a Frostbite, and this should be
Oh,
an
he
easy
missed the
kill.
kick.
I don't think it's going to matter. They've certainly got the right click, but No
Double
Fear.
kill.
Yeah, No Fear ends up dropping, as does the Crystal Maiden. They get the Bat Rider, but it cost them a lot. And once again, No Fear missing. You know, I'm not going to say it would have made or broken him there, but still some mechanical misplays here and there. Now there's going to be dust used on Brood. Can they track her down? They absolutely can. FN's on
Oh,
top.
he's going to get the Desolate now.
Close. Got him.
Sioma the KSers here. That's going to help out a lot, too. When you have the fast, you know, the problem with the Brood is like, okay, well, how do we kind of, you know, have this AoE spam against them? And the Fortune Inn does a really nice job, and the way to keep spamming it out is by getting those early kills, transition yourself into that fast arcane boots here for Sioma. And meanwhile, mid lane, they're doing the dive now. Oh, that flame break, though.
Knocked him too deep. He is enchanted, so he is slowed. No, he actually isn't. I thought he was.
So slowed, though.
Yep, didn't matter. Slowed from the sticky napalm more than enough. And Vega beginning to pile it on now. They're up 5-1, and more importantly, perhaps, 1-0-1 on that Spectre. So already involved in 2 kills for a Spectre before 5 minutes. Not bad.
Yep. And we just haven't seen any action from the Chaos Knight. I mean, he's just been, dead silent here in the bottom lane, just free farming for Yoku, and doesn't even have a TP to work with right now. He's just, kind of content. Meanwhile,
roll
Boulder,
on. Yep, roll on, no one, no follow. As G was a little behind there, it looked like.
jumping the gun, as you said, like, when you play this hero or Spirit, you just talk about it so many times. You have to get something done early on, else he just keeps falling off, and he's just not hitting the spells. It's just coming simply to that.
Yep, he's only level 3.5. To put that in perspective, that's a full level and a half behind the Crystal Maiden even. But let's focus on briefly, at least, the Chaos Knight. What kind of build do you think we're going to see here? I mean, very typical stuff. Trez just saw he finished a full wand. That's being brought out to him now. Outside of that, what's going to be the approach?
Oh my god, I'm just watching the Broods just Soma. Oh,
Soma!
The Sunstrike!
Kaboom! Bullseye! Give the man a prize. As a little bit of payback now on
Miss
that Oracle.
Boulder again.
Oh, no fear.
Rolling Boulder is hardest spell to hit in the game? No, but it's... oh man, they just not having the ganks they want in the mid lane. And yeah, going back to your question now, I think we're going to have a little bit of, patience here, or, a little die down now. But Chaos Knight, it's probably want to go still for the drums. Oh, we got a Spectre Hunt already. Where's that going?
Top? Nope.
Out there going long haul here, deep into the jungle. Now Effen's caught out by himself. What?
Yeah, here we go. Yoku showing his face, and this is going to be a great kill for them as they get a nice punishing kill on the aggression out of Vega. And Vega's actually given up a little bit now. They are giving up a little bit of their momentum. In fact, if you check the Golden Experience, this is VP's lead in both categories. So VP making the most out of the free lane that Yoku had, now ready to get him active as they have smoked him up, and it looks like Mag's going to be the target, not level 6 yet.
Yeah, this is starting to look really good for VP because Mag, yeah, no.
Yep, that'll do. Sunstrike to guarantee the kill. They give it to the Invoker just to allow him to get a little further ahead. And that's something we haven't really talked about.
Yeah, we haven't.
Is how well the Frostbite, the Chaos Bolt, and the Invoker with Sunstrike combo together.
Yep, those are nice combos to set up. He was more worried about, the Bat Rider constantly diving on him in the mid lane and going for these kills. And now he's actually had time to look around the map. And he's like, hey guys, let's start setting up some kills. And they're just doing a really good job for VP. And there's just so much pressure on Vega. And when you have that kind of weird haunt in, it's putting them on the back foot because you saw the Brood get a lot of more space in the top lane. He took the tower down to half HP. And FNG, he's just doing a really good job in this off lane. He's got the second highest CS now. And now they're forced to put no one against this Brood Mother. And that's not what you want to have. You can't really put the Spectre in the mid lane. And he doesn't really have a jungling, tool right now. He doesn't have a Vlad, or not a Vlad. You just need a Morbid Mask or something to go into the jungle, as well as if you earn yourself up, but he doesn't even have that yet.
Double damage picked up by Chaos Knight. Let's see if he wants to just jungle with it or if he wants to get fancy with it. Yeah, jungling. That works too. He's actually got a miniature stack going here, so he's just going to continue to add to his farm. Looks like Vega moving a few up the top lane. Maybe they want to try to catch his team.
Can they? That's the question. Do they have Dust? No, they don't have Dust. They don't have Sentries either, so can't really do anything in this top lane. And it's going to be, I would like FN to hold a Dust maybe, and then try to go for that smoke gank.
Yep.
Or not smoke gank, the haunt in, and no one. He's getting, Sunstrike. Oh, nice dodge.
Singed his tail, came very, very close. And now they're going to try to catch her out.
Yeah, the Sentry had vision.
Nope, no dust.
There's the dust on the courier, though. Too late. Too little, too late.
Well, we see FN is trying to get something done. Once again, missed on the boulder kick from No Fear. Had the Invoker there. And who knows, maybe could have made something happen. So No Fear is coming up on level 5, so not quite as in bad a shape as we saw when he struggled previously on the hero. And really got to get it together for the mid-game there. They're going to be so reliant on him, because you've got these great single-target disables, in the Chaos Bolt and the Frostbite and stuff, but to be able to control the area of the fights as we begin to hit 5-man Doto mode is going to be the challenge, and they're going to be really relying on him making plays.
Yeah, and the 5-man Dota, I think it favors VP right now, depending, because if you kind of start the fight around Brood, then maybe he will be able to, take 2 towers or something, and you can potentially still win the team fight, because VP right now, they have a lot of invested into this Invoker with the Midas, and the Chaos Knight, they don't really have that much for him right now to lock him down besides the Bat Rider kind of, getting the lasso, but he needs to have the Blink Dagger, as well as we talked about the Roar coming in from Mag.
Right.
So they have a lot of pick-off potential from Vega around the map, but they just don't have anybody to set it up right now. But
There's going to be a smoke.
see, this is the only way they can get it done. Daytime smokes.
Move looks like they want to target mid. Bad news for them.
Oh,
It's
no
VP.
one has the blink though. Yeah, they can finally get into this game. This is their timing.
This could blow up in their face, though. There's a lot of personnel. Yoko, of course, a great
I have
target.
seen how this
Frostbite is
war
there, and
ends.
Yoko eating all the damage. They have to roar him to bring him down. FN's there as well. Let's see if VP's able to re-engage.
Nice
There's
dust.
going to be the ult, doing a lot of damage. Is there any more follow-up?
Oh,
FN,
CM.
Road to
so
oblivion.
close. CM doing so much damage. They are going to manage to make it a 4 for 3. Sioma makes it a 4 for 4. Only the
That doesn't cancel anymore.
Exactly. Oh, the Invoker nerfs. Either way, big fight for both teams. Let's take a look at the recap. Looks like it did go in favor of Vega when all was said and done, though.
Yeah, that was a nice play coming out from them. I mean, taking down the Chaos Knight, who was just kind of like snowballing out of control there. Taking down the... It was just really nice wraparound. Solo got he just used dust, killed the Brood Dweller by himself, a non-factor for FNG there in the team fight. But really well executed until, VP was nice rallying with them, trying to come to that team fight, salvaging it. And every single time they shut
Time
down FN,
flows.
he's not having a great impact for their carry. And he doesn't even have Murray, doesn't have boot or drums.
Dark portents
Or
ahead.
Spectre at this stage of the game. And
Which is odd because the start was there. He's been involved in
Face
6 kills
forward.
in this thing that'll put him in a slightly better position. Just hasn't been the case.
30
need
seconds
those
to
kills
battle.
desperately on the Spectre, I feel, or something.
Inexorable.
One's going to have a lasso up in 5. Grouped up once again with Mag and Sioma. And they are going to pop the smoke. Let's see who the target's going to be. The Invoker.
The march of time.
Yeah, I knew that by now.
Oh, they're
that's
going to
coming.
head to head. Oh,
Once again,
nice
Mag.
silence.
Here we go. Another great ulti is going to be canceled. Finally, the roar on Yoku, but there should
Yes.
be plenty of help on the way.
The
There's
battle
going to be the
begins.
magnetized Mag. Will
I
barely
was
survive.
not at his
Magnetized.
Sunstrike, give the man another
It shall
prize.
be.
Yoku.
Excellent.
The toggles are real. Are they enough, though?
Oh, my-
FN right on his tail. Continuing the
Yoku.
My path
2-second
unspoons.
stun. There's going to be the sticky napalm and the dagger trying to track him down. Oh,
You can do it again.
finally,
It's so
yes.
easy. Oh.
Took him a while.
But look,
path
while you have a
foreseen.
Brood knocking on your tier 3 tower already, this is what happens when you play against this hero. And he's already got his
Inexorable.
Orchid soon too. Oh my goodness. And you didn't even have the Invoker during that team fight, constantly farming as well.
Time is money.
So bad for Vega, even though they got
It
those 2
must
kills.
be.
It's just they're finding all the space elsewhere on the map, and hard for them
Road to oblivion. I'm here.
Playing so well. And I was just going to say, the
Time
problem is,
flows.
he wasn't even really there. He threw out a Sunstrike and got himself another kill on the Oracle, but he's continued
The
to
march
farm
of
that Midas. He's
time.
been up for quite a while now. He's on his way to his scepter. He's pretty much halfway there.
Face forward.
And it's not going to be long before he just falls down. He is real close. to
Yes.
And like you said, FNG certainly not there and getting tons of farm.
Dark portents ahead.
700 HP. This is just really well played by VP thus far.
Yeah, you
My
see the
path
problem when you have the Curse
unspoons.
Spirit having free reign in the team fights. They're forced to lasso and roar
Yep.
all onto the Chaos Knight just to slow him
blood
down, and then
quickens.
Curse Spirit's just
First
doing
blood.
his dance.
It shall be.
Magnetized.
His nightmare never ends.
Brutal right now. They were like winning a 3v4 there or something. Even a 3v5.
Vega.
A
leading
path
in the
foreseen.
department, but still trailing about 4,000 gold, 2,000 XP, so not
Yes.
irreversible by any stretch. But they're now in a position where, like you said,
Inexorable.
their biggest advantages are really kind of nullified. They've got great initiation.
It shall be.
The follow-up is so difficult.
Vega, all they can really do now
The
is
march
just
of
fight
time.
off
Generation.
take off the ground map
Is missing.
every time your haunt is kind of up, but VP are just always getting
I
one
go.
step closer to, you know, like getting another objective, as we talk about, in either in the top
My
lane,
path
about
unspools.
the Invoker just constantly farming up, and they're not finding enough
Face
ways
forward.
to shut them down. Still on the ball of Vega, because if we start looking at this as a slowing down the game
Road
here,
to
going
oblivion.
into the later stages of the game, sure, Spectre is nice, but he's been kind of shut down.
As foretold. Time flows.
Best items to work with, doesn't have, you know, Manta style yet, or the Radiance
Dark
to really
portents
help with
ahead.
a lot of physical DPS. Whereas we have the Chaos Knight, he's, I mean,
Face
there's nothing
forward.
to really solve the problem with his illusions, is there?
No, not really. Like, there's just no way to bring them down. By the way, I hear drums.
I go.
4 set of drums are out on the map right now, 3 for VP alone. And they're going to smoke
Yes.
into the enemy jungle. See what they can find. No, but if you bring up
My
extra
control
it's still
improves.
just level 1
No
Phantasm.
one.
Oh, there we go.
Dark
Catching out.
portents
Sunstrike's going to be
ahead.
off the mark this time. No one trying to do what he can. Magnetized off. Yoku actually caught in a bad
My
position
path
this time around.
unspools.
1 for 1 down so far. Now they're going to try to
Oh,
follow us,
man.
but the damage is so high. We see
A
No Fear
path
getting some work
foreseen.
done. 2 for 2, buyback on the bat. However, No Fear trying to roll away, manages to make it back towards the back lines. He's going to be brought down with
The
one more
march of
impetus.
time.
Now they're going to try to chase out FNG. Do they have any detection? Do they have any way to knock him out of it? They do not.
Road
They
to
still don't have the
oblivion.
right click, so it cost them a buyback, but they do end up holding. And yeah,
It
quick
shall
little
be.
Recap. I was going to say, even after the buyback, it actually came out pretty darn close to even.
Yep.
Inexorable.
Even as you go, and that's just hurting the item progression as Bet Rider. You want to have
Time
force staff.
flows.
Blink is not enough.
Time is
That's
money.
kind of all set up by the good false premise, keeping him alive.
Face your doom.
Nelson. Nice magnetized once again, but that was the solo show for Vega. Like
Inexorable
in this
is
game, he
missing.
is starting to be the
Radiant
only hope for
structures
Vega. I
are
think for the
fortified.
physical aspect.
It shall be.
Yes, in these team fights, and he's got the Dragon Lance already, working on the Ags, and my goodness,
A
he's
path
8-0 right
foreseen.
now. God, Solo, how big is your back this game? No one scout out to the gym or something.
My path unspools.
He's just going to die. Yeah, that's
Thought he had an assist.
The march of
now
time.
Solo. I don't know if they're going to re-engage. They're going after Sioma at the top. Yoku is anyway behind them.
Time
You can see Solo
flows.
healing through a lot of this damage, but I don't-
TP out. Yep.
I go.
Oh, it's close. Nope. Oh, they do manage to bring it down. So 2 gone. Sioma did manage to make it
Yes.
away, but at top we see FN. And a Glyph was just deployed as well. Pressure up here. We're all on it up 15 to 15.
Road to oblivion.
But no follow-up. It doesn't seem.
Yeah, they could just purge it off.
Face forward.
Just gave way after Spider Wings too.
FN desperately needs that. I mean, that's you don't see it now, guys, but I had the camera there. Is the Sentry Ward setting up that? I mean, you can't even predict the Sentry Ward being right there. That
Dark
is so
portents
unfortunate
ahead.
for no one. That's game losing.
Is
He was
missing.
gonna go for a play
Inexorable.
that you can make when you're invisible, and then you're gonna have the haunt in, but oh, you gotta feel so
Dark
bad for
portents ahead.
That's a level 11 and a level 2 Phantasm for Yoki, or Yoku, excuse me.
Road
This
to
is where he really
oblivion.
starts to get terrifying, where you really start to see the late game power that Chaos Knight can into
I go.
play. And, you know, only to reiterate your points. I think it's
Time
such a- What the hell
flows.
is Vega going to do whenever there are a bunch of illusions, especially if
is
God forbid,
missing.
Yoku manages to get a man.
Yes.
I mean, you can enchant at least one.
And it'll
No.
probably be blown up to crit. Got it.
Feel my mace.
I mean, yeah, they don't really have anybody who can get a
Your end
fury
comes.
to really combat that. It's just gonna be tough sledding for
Time's up.
down.
Ah! Fresh meat.
And
Face forward.
Right. Not on point. Looks like they're going hunting again. Let's see what they can find.
A path foreseen.
G seems to be the target. He is going to go ahead and preemptively Ghost Walk.
My path unspools.
Oh,
he
he got-
does.
oh, tornado!
Beautiful tornado. Is that going to be enough? Buys him some time. If nothing else, the
shall
Flame
be.
Break Phantasm has been used and they're in trouble. And we're going to see them trying to engage on the solo. Now they're going to turn
The
around.
march
3-6
of
Chaos
time.
Bolt. Helped out by Sioma. Purging that off. And oh my goodness. That's the
Road
crit
to
that Phantasm
oblivion.
brings. G's going to drop behind that as well.
This ice wall, though, they can't run now.
Oh, the crit,
Yes.
the illusions. That's going to be a triple kill for Yoku. Say it with me
timely
one
increase in
time.
power.
How about an ultra kill
Inexorable.
for our man on the horseback? And that is gigantic.
It shall be.
VP.
Oh, top lane too. You have the Brood gonna get a Rex too. FNG. This whole team is
Time to
carrying them.
fight.
It'll be like a quick, not 2-0 here, 2-1 series.
Oh, this is
for
Time is
VP.
the
Oh,
coolest
you just
cut.
can't stop it solo. You've been playing absolutely perfectly for your team. You're
Dark
in
Potency.
every game, my friend, but
Can you just ban solo? Just ban the player.
I
Say,
go.
We would like to ban your solo, please. Just don't let him on stage. Pretty please.
A path foreseen.
No, that was great play down at bottom to turn at the ice wallet. There were two amazing plays, at least that I saw. Correct me if I'm wrong. God knows I messed these up
Time
sometimes.
flows.
But the Invoker getting the tornado off first and foremost, anticipating the blink from the Bad Rider. That bought him enough time to retreat. It made the flame break off point. And by that time, Vega had
Face
overcommitted
forward.
just a bit.
I was
Then he turns
meant
around
to
and
have
drops that wall, like
this.
you said, smack in the middle of everything, making retreat impossible.
My
That
path
was
unspoons.
ultimately an ultra kill for our boy Yoku. And Virtus Pro, one of
The march of time.
it is amazing the difference between their playing game one and their play this game. It is just off the charts amazing.
Yep, and they're not even doing it by necessarily the cheesiest
The
strategy.
march of
Brood
time
is pretty damn cheesy, don't get me wrong. And
I just think, no, I
Road
think
to
what I've
oblivion.
seen, and I think it's worth saying, as much as we hammered him early, No Fear struggled early. He's beginning to hit his
It
stride.
shall be.
He's playing well. He's managing these fights. So,
you just pop your ulti, then you put a stone remnant down, and
Time
then everybody's
flows.
magnetized. this
speaking
is-
of, how
Jesus.
about a huge Roche pit magnetized?
Inexorable.
No hope as VP continues to clean house. A little bit of time
A
bought,
path
but not
foreseen.
nearly enough. As the Beastmaster is down, Solo doing what damage he can. No Fear there.
He just
Able-
got kicked.
My path unspoons.
Get
Oh.
out! Get out, he says. As VP will be able to
Face
shut down
forward.
that Roche attempt. Roche sitting at about half health. G is sitting Ghost Watch on the high
Yes.
ground. Not gonna matter.
Meanwhile, they're getting the tier 3 tower here for
Oh,
FNG. He
God.
never shows up to
Dark
these team fights.
Portents ahead.
Don't even need you, man. But he's still creating a lot of space for his team, and that was
Face
the best
the
segue
future.
you could have with that air spirit, just showing us why the hero. Man,
I go.
this is just.
My
This is so far
foresight
out of reach for
sharpens.
Vega. If you had a Radiance right now on the Spectre, I could say you have a chance. Then
Road
maybe
to
that burn
oblivion.
damage would help out a lot for, this Broodlings or something. They still haven't addressed that issue.
Yes.
They haven't addressed the CK illusions. There's just so many things going wrong this game. There's just
Attack.
not much left in the tank for Vega here.
Well, let's see. Looks like
Time
at this point,
flows.
VP not willing to wait any longer. They're going to drop the rock.
Sioma.
Oh, goodbye, Sioma.
A path
That's going to
foreseen.
be another set of racks for free.
They're taunting the courier now. Oh, look at that. It's just running in. Donkey's like, hey guys, touch me. No, you can't.
And
Dark
another set of racks
portents
down.
ahead.
And as you said, just the creep spam is so. What
Your
do you
top
do,
tower
man?
is under
There's going to be a
attack.
roll in. How about you roll in and you try to pin
Radiant
this game down
structures are
immediately?
fortified.
No, if you're eating a lot of damage, though, maybe overcommitting
My
a bit. There's
path
going to end up being a
unspoons.
2-for-1 as the Earth Spirit does drop. Now Solo caught amidst the ice with the cold snap. FNG
Inexorable.
there secures the kill. That's going to be 4 down. Buyback from Solo. Wanting to maybe try to
Primal
hold what
shot.
small chance they have left in this tournament. Yoku, low on health. That alone might be enough to
Face
force him
forward.
back, but damage already well done, and the one hero really on point. Panther sitting at 10-3 and 5 on the team. Forced the buyback with nothing to show for it.
It shall be.
It's just out of control. There's no way to even combat. Like, if you had
The march of
like I was
time.
talking about, but one of these heroes that maybe you can get back. But you just have so many problems across the board that you can talk
It
about.
must
and
be.
Ogre was the biggest. They haven't even been able to bring him down as much. And the one time they did catch him out was, just with the Beastmaster roar.
I go.
They were able to get on top of him, but. This Beastmaster plus this Batrider is just too much
Dark
single target
portents
focus
ahead.
this game, and they just don't have enough AoE clearance. You saw what happens when the Batrider just goes
Time
away from the
flows.
lane. The Brood does
Roshan
everything on
fallen
their
to
own.
the
Then
Radiant.
losing team fights 4v5 has got to be the worst
The
feeling in the
march
world.
of time.
I mean, you've got so many Broodlings. You've got the Force Spirits. You've got the Chaos Knight Illusion. And
The army's here. Is this army worse than last game?
Face forward.
Or one of the games?
I mean, it depends on how you want to measure it. Is it worse, like in an objective sense? Maybe not. But
Force is
they can actually
I'm here.
And Solo coming out. Brood, and now they're going to lasso the Brood. Helps there, though. Well-placed Tornado is going to buy a little bit of time. And here's the Magnetize, though. Mag in some trouble, and they're going to try to continue to follow this up. Sioma sitting near the back of the fight. Joker on top of him, secures the kill. Now Solo trying to heal through the damage. It's a 2-for-2 thus far, which is better than they expected. But 4-second Chaos Bolt. Here comes the hammer. Yoku laying it to Sioma. 3-by-3, no one manages to make it away. Costs an Aegis as G is able to extricate himself, but looks like they're ready to run at the 2-3. Last chance, and yeah, this is not a good way to go about it. FN being caught with the Reality Rift, Chaos Bolt. Z-Spectre, GG, well played. And Virtus Pro, after a disastrous game 1,
Your middle
left
tower
them
is
looking
under
like they were
attack.
asleep at the wheel. Manages to get things back on track and secure a 2-1 victory, giving the boot to another team of CIS favorites in Vega. Well played game 2 and 3.
We
for
talked
Virtus
about
Pro.
it a lot yesterday. This team, if they can just start gelling, start getting a lot of their team fight together, they have such a good ceiling, and they just played absolutely superb this game. It was just a complete outdraft too from FNG. They did everything perfect, rotating around constantly. I really love how they played this game, and I just can't stress enough. When you win 4v5 fights, that is like one of the best feelings in Dota. You don't even need your other hero for FNG. It's like playing what you know Admiral Bulldog does sometimes. He just split push with the Prophet, and then you just win team fights. Oh, it feels
so long
so
as
good.
you're breaking it on team fights and you're not bringing a fifth,
Right.
you just win. It's always going to be a win. Speaking of a win, again, as much as we hammered him yesterday for performance and his early game today, I want to point out No Fear involved in 27 kills. So able to bounce back after a few mechanical mistakes early. Big part of his team's success. We're going to have an interview coming up on stage here in just a moment as they get that set up. My player of the game, I mean, it's tough to give it to anyone but G. I feel like he played off the charts good, man.
The march of time.
Yeah, you have to say Yoku, man, because Chaos Knight. I mean, we saw Chaos Knight and Lifestealer now.
My powers grow.
Winning games. I love it.
4C is flawed.
Well, yesterday I had a constant step off the road.
And now,
Yes.
no, we're always gonna be wrong. There's no hope.
Okay, so yeah, they're still taking time to get set up, but yeah, man, like the play from VP.
Time
and,
flows.
You still got Navi up in the upper bracket. Imagine if it ends up being a VP Navi clash.
Road to oblivion.
What a hype spot this is. So I love the storylines they're setting up.
A path for C.
Our next series should be one of the healthiest ones too. I mean, MVP and
4C is flawed.
yeah.
Surprising to see them out this year.
One of them.
One of them will be
The
out.
march
they're
of
both out
time.
now. And they're both gonna lose the next one, and then another one.
Face
It's been
forward.
very interesting. This tournament
Your
has
middle
been
tower is under
how
attack.
have been grinding here in the CIS region and they've been doing
4C is
No, I
flawed.
mean, like, it's the has you know, in fairness,
Time to fight.
I have not been casting for quite a while. So. How about we hold that thought and we go?
It shall be.
G on stage.
Time flows.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Your time runs out.
Flaws, obviously. Like, they are playing really aggressive with
My path unspools.
we were a bit greedy and we were ready with this kind of
Indeed.
What about the next match? You will win either OG, either MVP. Who would you prefer and why?
A timely increase in power.
are pretty strong.
Dark
Maybe
portents ahead.
both of them are struggling a bit now because they are losing, obviously. But
I go.
OG are the winners of
Haste.
the major and MVP.
A path for C.
They're on the hot stick before like,
Your end comes. Time quicken. You become past tense.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much and goodbye. We go back to analysis desk.
Inexorable.
Key Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online. since
Road to
2011.
oblivion.
Referral system for regular users and a first deposit bonus.
The march of time.
And the best choice of game positions. Unit 2 and Hearthstone. Counters.
Face your duel.
You know
My face is with you. Inexorable.
Consider yourself lucky. Much worse.
I go. A path foreseen. Attack. Gold is forever.
Back at the panel here,
Feel my
obviously,
mace.
where myself, Nahaz, and God's ready to break down the series here. Virtus Pro. They start
Yes.
this tournament off losing 3 games straight, then they manage to string together 2 wins, and suddenly they
Face
found
forward.
themselves in the second round of the lower bracket. Props to them. We see G there in the winner's interview. He felt like they were
My
struggling
path
with the crafting and the
unspools.
aggression that Vega had brought to the table, but they were the aggressors for both game 2 and 3. Gentlemen, before I hear your thoughts, though, I got
Road to oblivion.
That is 3 trophies. Those golden glasses are worth. Thank you so much.
Sure you're going to be able to carry all that?
Yeah, I got it. Right. Take it in. Anyway, seriously though, gentlemen, it feels like Virtus Pro, they're finding their groove a little bit now. I don't know if that means that they need to kind of do this whole death ball thing, but pulling out a Brood, pulling out a CK.
Now, with due respect to our casters, I think you could definitely give G the player of the game in that last match. I'm obviously impressed with Yoku's cast night play.
It shall be.
As I look at Pro Dota 2 over the last year or so, we have seen more and more the importance of great captains. And I felt like FNG straight out won this going with the death ball strategy game 2 at a time, obviously having trouble coordinating, really forcing that Chen ban in the first phase out of Vega in game 3, opening up his ability to pick Invoker for his superstar mid player, and then dragging out that Brood Mother that Gods and I were questioning during the draft, playing that hero to perfection. And I mean, how many times did you see picture in a picture there where they were winning a 4-on-5 fight and Brood's killing their barracks?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Really how played his captain throughout this, and that was something which, for me, we hadn't seen any of the players from his 0 loss against.
Time
It felt like
flows.
they came into a match against a very predictable team without a plan. Game 1 today, again,
Yes.
FNG just adapt.
Road to
At the
oblivion.
same time, incorporating strategy.
Dark portents ahead.
Your middle tower is under attack.
It's series, watching series like those that makes me so giddy about where we are in the
I
scene
go.
right now.
Your
because I
chronology
feel like a
ends.
year and a half, 2 years ago, you used to be able to win on town alone. You used to be able to assemble a team of 5 superstar players and go stomp everybody. Now, the importance of strategy
Face
is so
forward.
paramount. You're not going to be the better team in every series. You're not going to be playing better than your opponent in every series. You have to have strategies like this in your back pocket and the ability to win on a day when you're not necessarily playing better Dota.
Radiant structures are
And that's
fortified.
something like I remember even in PPD
Your
after
top
one of
tower
his,
is under
vlogs
attack.
after the Shanghai Major where EG didn't quite, they finished 3rd place.
The
They didn't
enemy's
quite get
bottom
what they
tower
wanted,
has
but
fallen.
He said, look, on any given day you may not play your best Dota, the exact same thing. And
A
that
path
was where,
foreseen.
for him, he kind of recognizes, and I think a lot of the pro players and teams will recognize that
Yes.
you may not win even when you are the better team.
Now, Ryu had brought it up at the back end of that game 3. If we kind of go back into that one game itself. And do you think you agree with him as far as one of the weaknesses
Your
that
top
Vega
tower
had there?
is
Just
under
a little
attack.
bit too much single target. I mean, it seemed like the Matt Rider picks at the end to kind of deal with that sort of Brood, but it did feel like too much focus was going on
Time
in front. And you're
flows.
looking at how the outcome turned out, where they're winning at 45.
So it must
Is that just one of their shortcomings, you think?
I go.
I actually think Ryu did say
My
that he
path
felt like
unspools.
Vega got outdrafted. I don't necessarily agree with that. I thought Vega's draft was okay. I thought it was just a matter of execution.
It shall
That,
be.
they didn't execute in those last 2 games at the same level that they executed against LG yesterday and against in-game
You're in
this
counts.
series. And that just left the door open, just a crack.
Your
And
middle
DP were able
tower
to
is under attack.
Yeah.
Inexorable.
No, I didn't think
Your
the draft
middle
was
tower is under
outdrafted
attack.
either, and then I
Radiant structures are fortified.
I think that's yesterday, today, and even
Your middle tower is under attack.
See, I'm still gonna go. I think there's a world of difference. Second phase Oracle. I feel like
Your
first phase
middle
Oracle
tower
is
is
terrible.
under
I
attack.
feel like second phase Oracle, where they picked it there, can be very good. But yeah, I think certainly in retrospect, if you had a few builders, you wish that you had a support that it's not offensive, but at least offensive.
Time flows.
A bit unfortunate there. Vega will be our first team to be eliminated.
Your top tower
the
is under
Time is the
attack.
coolest cut.
here, gentlemen. But for Virtus Pro and for all the teams that are probably watching the series, what do you
My
think?
powers grow.
Kind of, you're coming into tournaments like Virtus Pro, where the teams have been very polished or haven't really found the
Road to oblivion.
These last two games, they've really shown that they can pull anything out of left. So what do you take away from
Your time runs out.
MVP and whoever just kind of watching from the outside?
Your top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
that's where, whether VP have a number of different strategies, but
The march of time.
a player like G isn't going to be great when he's in defensive mode. He can shut down G in the early game. If VP are going for death bomb in the early game, they're definitely. So I think focusing on the early game.
I actually, and that's the funny thing is that I think that if you'd have asked us that question before this series, that we would have given the same answer. We all knew that VP was capable of playing at a high level. I mean, their last two games right before this tournament were wins over Navi convincingly in Dream League play.
My
but
path
they haven't shown that
unfolds.
consistency. I just think you have to focus. This was an amazing CMO. Oh
I
my
had to
God.
rewatch it. Those
Your
three
middle tower is
five
under
games
attack.
for damage. And this is again like I want to agree with G being the MVP. Like I feel so much credit has to go towards
Attack.
that fight. There was a huge turnaround point, and then follow up by
Feel my mace.
I would actually my MVP would be Tyler. I think he'd play
Your middle tower
incredible
has
stuff.
been
Every single
denied.
fight you're seeing like 4 fights,
I go.
ties, you're seeing 2 boulder smashes, silences being spread all around. I was very impressed.
It shall
Oh,
be.
this is the tornado! Oh my God, this is such a tornado. On an X-Sword Invoker, having the presence of mind to turn
portents
around
ahead.
Tornado the Bat Rider, to rush into the street, this sets up the ultimate goal for Yoshi to really let VP take complete control of this game, and it's just such presence of mind and fast by team. Man, as an Invoker player, I pray guys when I watch that. There's no doubt.
A path foreseen.
Here it is, the Horseman right in here, and not even poor little Mag's going to be safe on this. I can.
It shall be. I go.
And choke point fighting only is just a blessing for Virtus Pro at this point.
A path
By the way, the
foreseen.
Brood, he's not even involved in this. Brood is off actually playing the objective kind of a game as FVG makes his
Dark portents
down that
ahead.
mid lane here. It just seemed like Vega could never even win in that 4v5 kind of matchup.
My
That's the
path
dream, right? As
unfolds.
X-Sword Invoker, when you're ahead in the game and the other team feels desperate and they know that they feel like they have to take a chance in Roche, and you're just walking up to that Roche pit with that meatball deafening blast combo ready. That's just, I mean, that's
Road
that's why
to
you play
oblivion.
These games all concluded pretty damn fast. Average like 25 minutes or so. I mean, this was
The march of
The
time.
enemy's top
You're
tower
already
has
seeing that from your
fallen.
BTRs, Navi even.
I think that's more a function
Inexorable.
of a lot of that. But again, you saw CIS involved yesterday.
We all owe a life to the fates.
So I think all of the teams here are taking a variety of strats.
You think God see this is a big morale boost for being able to edge out boxes through the second round here?
I think they have a decent shot now that they've at least got some confidence. Because I think up until now, the big concern for me with VP was just like, where is the current team state? Are they having discussions about do we need to change the roles? Like, what's going to be the fix? Because when you form this kind of
Your
CIS
top
all-star
tower
team in
is
some
under
ways,
attack.
you pick players from different teams that you think is going to make a roster work, and it's not working. You're wondering like, how do we make
Your
it
top
work? And
tower
the fact
has
they've at
fallen.
least won this best of 3 means they can just move forward, find new strategies they want to try and work on. It just means they don't have to like worry about what they need to change internally. They can focus very much on what's ahead of them.
Yeah, and I think it's just again, people flame me a little bit for using these
Your
sports
top
ball
tower is
analogies.
under attack.
But no, I think it's a function of, it really shows how much we've grown up. That you can't just go put together 5 superstar players and be guaranteed of winning majors anymore.
Yes.
That it takes time. You know, you can have LeBron James and Wade on the same time on the same team, and it takes time for them to come together and achieve that full.
You got to get
potential.
that chemistry.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, before we round things up, any closing thoughts on the CIS matchup here?
Congratulations to VP. They completely proved me wrong, and I'm
Face
glad
forward.
to see that they managed to get some
As was promised.
They were top 3 or 4 teams yesterday in how they played against
Your middle tower is under attack.
yesterday. I think the main concern with Vega is that when they lose a game, they don't bring it back. So that yesterday they had such a close game with LG. Game 1, Game 2, they were flat. And same thing here. Once they lost that Game 2, there just wasn't really much of a recovery.
Yeah, I mean, those were going to be my key thoughts coming out. You kind of segued into it.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack.
The end is already written.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
It shall be. Face your doom.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Time to fight. I foresaw your death the moment you were born. Yes. I go. Time flows.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack. I have seen the end of time. Face forward. Time's up. I am here. A path foreseen. Inexorable. My path unspools. Your middle tower is under attack.
Dark portents ahead. The march of time.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I go.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Face forward.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Time flows. Inexorable. It shall be. Time is money. Attack. Yes. A path foreseen.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Tis mine. The march of time. Road to oblivion. Face forward. Face the future. My foresight sharpens. Time's up. Foreseen.
Your
is
middle
for
tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
It shall be.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Inexorable.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under your bottom tower has fallen.
Your time runs out.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
My path unspools.
Your middle barracks has fallen.
Foreseen is forearmed. I'm here. A path foreseen. Time flows. I go. Dark portents ahead. Inexorable.
Thou art purified.
Road to oblivion. I go. Not yet. It shall be.
Fresh meat.
My path unspools. The march of time. Time flows. Face forward. Dark portents ahead. A path foreseen. I'm here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Time is the cruelest cut. Yes. Primal Shard. Face forward. The march of time. Inexorable. Attack. Face the future. Road to oblivion.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I go. It shall be.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
A path foreseen.
Your bottom barracks are under attack.
Time flows.
Your bottom barracks has fallen.
Yes.
Fresh meat!
Your bottom barracks are under attack. Your bottom barracks has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
I return. Darkness, I wake.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Time is a river with many eddies. Dark portents ahead. My path unspools. Inexorable. I go.
They who live by the wand shall die.
Dark portents ahead. The
Your
march of
top tower
time.
is under attack.
Ended. Your end comes. Attack. It shall be. Road to oblivion. My path unspools.
Your middle tower is under attack.
My target. A path foreseen. Time flows. Yes. Face forward. My path unspools. A path foreseen. Road to oblivion. It must be. Face your doom. Foreseen is forged. Time flows.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Foreseen is forged.
Your
Face
middle
forward.
tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Let's get
Your middle tower fallen. Your ancient is under attack. Your ancient is under attack.
Monster kill! It shall be.
Your ancient is under attack.
Inexorable.
Your ancient is under attack.
The march of time. Out of time. Feel my mace. My path unspools. I go. The march of time. Time to fight. I'm here. A path foreseen. Face your doom. I'm here. Foreseen is forearmed. Godlike. Dark portents ahead. Yes,
Your top tower is under attack.
it shall be.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Time flows.
Your top tower is under attack.
Face forward.
Your top tower is under attack.
Road to oblivion. Inexorable. Face forward. I'm not ready. Not yet. Time is the cruelest cut. A path foreseen. Inexorable.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Road to oblivion. Dark portents ahead. So it must be. It shall be. I'm here.
Your top tower is under attack.
Foreseen is forearmed. My path unspools. Time flows.
Your ancient is under attack.
My control improves.
Your ancient is under attack.
Prepared. A death foretold.
I go.
Your ancient is under attack.
Timely in. Yes. Dark portents ahead. Fate takes you. Feel my mace. I'm here. It shall be. A path foreseen.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
I go. Road to oblivion. Inexorable. Face forward. The march of time. Ha! Time flows. Time flows. Road to oblivion.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Inexorable. Foreseen is forearmed. My path on spools. Foreseen is forearmed.
Your ancient is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Your ancient is under attack. Your ancient is under attack.
I'm your god too.
The march of time.
Enemy's top tower has fallen.
It must be. I go. I'm here. Your end comes. Dark portents ahead.
Radiant structures are fortified.
My death foretold.
My path on spools.
I have a dread feeling
The enemy's
about
top
this.
tower has fallen. Your ancient
shall
is
be.
under attack. The enemy's top barracks has fallen.
Time flows.
Your ancient is under attack. Radiant victory.
Some things were just not meant to be.
But for them, like No-Tail kind of said, it's going to be kind of hard to change their play style right now, and they've been trying, and they haven't had that much success. So they just have to probably play a little bit better, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to still. The biggest question is, can they keep up with MVP's tempo?
Yeah, I mean, play better is definitely a big thing to emphasize for me. I think strategy is going to be a concern for this team, but as Alan has pointed out, as you pointed out as well, Alan,
Hey, Alan.
they don't have much time to fix that, right? You can't come up with a bunch of new strats or completely change your play style or evolve it in a night. But well, I spoke to No-Tail a bit, and they were exhausted. He barely slept on the plane. You could see it yesterday when we saw camera shots of the players. Like at one point, Moon just had his head on the desk, like he was almost like falling asleep.
MVP got in at like midnight too.
And it's not to say MVP wasn't also tired and also have their issues, but like it seemed like it was affecting OG a lot more. So they seemed in much better spirits today. So I think they definitely have like a better morale going into this match instead of more earlier in the day. So I expect that they'll be feeling better. I think they'll play better individually, but then you have to look at the strategic aspects of the game. And I just feel like MVP, as you mentioned earlier, it's a great matchup for them.
I like your point, though. The individual skill is going to be a lot better, I think, today. Just the team play is we're going to have to see. Like Febby talked about in his interview, they're going to start shot calling a bit more. You're not going to be tired, not going to be lazy. He's going to be taking this very serious, apparently, now. And MVP serious is going to be worrisome.
I mean, we have talked a lot about the concept of comfort heroes with some of the drafts in our first series, of some of the drafts yesterday for Alliance in particular, and that to me was a hallmark of OG when they were winning at Frankfurt, was they had these comfort heroes and they had these kind of cheese heroes that they could pull out. I actually disagree a little bit with something that you said earlier, LD. I thought their level of play at MDL was very high, and they had multiple players that were affected by illness in the losers bracket final against EG. I thought they had a very good chance in that series and could have won anyway. So I do think that they've shown us, and I still continue to believe, that if all 5 players play as well as they're capable, OG's ceiling is as high or higher than any team at this event. But they haven't put that together. They don't have the kind of comfort heroes in this patch that it felt like they had in the last.
He's trying to kick us both. What are we going to do to get him?
You're going to Reed's going to be like
What
down
is
for
this
the rest of the day after that Arteezy burn. I'm so sorry.
That hurts so much because there's a lot of backstory to that and that not many people know about.
MDL was on this patch, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So then what do you...
They keep losing every tournament,
So I want to
for
talk
OG.
about MDL then. So what were they picking and what were they doing that you think was working so much better for them?
They came out with almost exactly what they ran at Frankfurt. So the biggest difference is at Frankfurt, Fly had the 2 sort of real comfort heroes in the Dazzle and Undying.
And Moon in the off lane. Having the Tidehunter, just the stable team fight presence. They went to that a lot down the stretch.
Yes.
That was really big as
well.
well.
But remember, Tide came back himself at Shanghai. And that's the thing at MDL, they came back and they ran a lot in common with what they had run at Frankfurt, and they looked still pretty good doing it. This didn't seem to me to be a team that was in drastic need of a change, but I do think that they were very disappointed by that result at Shanghai.
But it looks like they feel like they do because we're seeing Miracle on the Sand King. We've been seeing them putting Moon on a bristleback at times. Like they have gone for picks that have not been in their traditional wheelhouse, that haven't gotten them that kind of success. So it feels like internally they're like, we got to change something. And maybe they should be going back to basics. Like to me, I think maybe they're better off just with their more stable heroes, even if they're not the best in the meta. They're what works for OG.
You just have to go back to eHome. When they 3-0'd EG there, it's kind of like what the meta still is shifting, and you can't fall back on having a Tidehunter nowadays. You just have this roaming effect where you're just going to get shut down. Iron Talon, we've kind of seen that falling off heavily in this tournament now. Nobody's really doing it. Maybe we'll see. Have we seen a Night Stalker do it yet?
We've seen some Iron Talon.
Oh, yes, actually, yeah, FNG, the Chinese scene. They really like doing that.
We've seen FY running the Iron Talon quite a bit on Beastmaster at Night.
So they just do it, but we haven't seen the Tidehunter, and that's the biggest problem.
The off-laners are not going to Iron Talon.
Yeah, it's because you're trying to
become more a greedy 4 item.
Yeah, it's just they're able to contest that location a lot more, with the creep camp, and then they just go up there, and with the supports just constantly being that. And you're happy trading a support level 1 for off lane level 1. You're happy with that.
I wanted to also bring up with you something that I tried to ask Gods about in the last panel segment. That being, Miracle is a player that came up through
Your turn to
8,800 MMR. He's probably going to be the first 9K MMR player in the world, and he's come up playing a very diverse pool of heroes in pub games. You see him run, mid Rubik, crazy stuff in pubs all the time. It looked like they were trying to move a little bit more in that direction yesterday and putting him on something a little bit more flexible, a little bit less hard farming. Can you talk about that, though, as a player who's had to experience that transition, the difference between having success with a hero in a hero role in a pub and then translating that success to pro high-level games?
His puck was amazing game, too. It's just game 3 when you have a Queen of Pain plus a Wisp in your lane and then you don't get any help, you're going to get shut down. And when your tempo controller is shut down like that, it's very hard to get back up into the game. I mean, as you talked about it, it's like if you get killed, 2 or 3 times, that slows down your tempo controlling, having that fast blink dagger. And then Dindy was able to get his Orchid off, and then Puck is just absolutely going to get crushed every time because you don't have the Yules to fall back on. So maybe you need to think about ways to get him back into the game for Miracle. But like you said, his individual skill is kind of what carries him. But yesterday we didn't get to see the individual play against that Puck Queen of Pain that he could have potentially had.
I mean, part of it as well is, I mean, to me, I think the key pieces are, I feel like Crit and Fly have been very stable for this team. The question marks for me are Moon and Notel. Moon has had a lot of games where he just felt like a non-factor. You look at the Nature's Prophet game. I mean, the Cliff jungling, the game was already over at that point, but to me, it felt kind of like a microcosm of the way the game went, where this NP just didn't have any impact. And there's been a lot of games for Moon as of late where we haven't seen him making those big plays. There were games at Frankfurt where it felt like he was solo carrying them. The Earthshaker offlane games. Now, some of those heroes have fallen a bit out of the meta. Maybe they're not as strong in this patch or the way teams are laning, but Moon had explosive performances at Frankfurt. That was a big part of why they succeeded. He's been really quiet. I would like to see them find a way to get him back into the game, maybe prioritize his farm a little more. And the other player that helped Moon to get that space was Notel, because a lot of times he'd be on like a mid gyrocopter, something that comes online very early, so then Miracle could transition more of the farming role. Notel, last game of the day yesterday, he was on the Sven. He's been actually given more farm priority.
Already moving.
I'm not sure that's what OG needs. I think it's almost the opposite.
No, I'm going to bring up 2 things because I really like the fact that you brought up
gust onward.
Because I think that, more than anything else, illustrates the contrast between the OG we saw in Frankfurt and the OG we're seeing now. I mean, not only did it feel like he was carrying the team, he revolutionized the meta on that hero. Remember, he was the one that pioneered the Aghanim, the kind of little bit Cancer's Aghanim's Octarine build on Nature's Prophet. Sorry,
I'm sure there are some angry Bulldog fans right now.
Well, sorry
He was one of the other big players who was making it.
But the other thing being, I think the biggest thing that stood out to me about this team at Shanghai was that Miracle took about 33% of the team farm, total farm at Shanghai. He was the top player in that category, so he took the largest share of his team's farm of any at Shanghai. And then if you look at Notail, relative to the other mid-position players, Notail had only about 20%. He had a little bit lower than most other mid-position players in the tournament. So most of that additional farm that was going to Miracle was
on my way.
Notail. And I feel like the shift that they're experimenting with in this tournament is a direct response.
The battle
the only 2 heroes you can get away with running like high farm.
Every coin helps.
Meta right now is OD and as well as Invoker.
On it.
Now, why do you think that is? Because mid's so gankable?
Well, yeah, I mean, Shadow Fiend's just going to get pooped on by
arrow
Earth Spirit all the time. You just get in, like, one shot. I mean, Earth Spirit could solo kill him, for God's sakes. And just the other heroes, you see, that's why you see tempo controllers a lot of the times now. And then the farm priority is going to the off lane.
Here, have an arrow.
Lone Druid sometimes picked up there. Furion, and then safe lane, you still get spins a lot of the time.
I mean, we do see some unorthodox farming aids, like the Juggernaut kills, but they all have, they're all very survivable. So
yeah,
Death Prophet's got Siphon, Juggernaut, Blade, Fury, PL is basically
Wild winds rising.
So, the heroes like Shadow Fiend, the stack also stacks juggling is not strong. So,
I want to make sure that, hold on a second, because I want to make sure that we've been talking mostly about OG. And
like the wind.
There is the longer conversation, but I want to make sure that we hit on MVP, because I feel like they have some minor adjustments that we really need to talk about.
I mean, if you're here, we can just talk all day. So it's like, what more do you need, guys?
Are you motioning to remove?
I'm getting paid to talk with 2 friends, talk about Dota with 2 friends. You guys can shut up, by the way. I'm sorry, LD, please make your point, though. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Try this on for
size.
I
mean, I think for me, like, you mentioned Notel getting less farm. There was a period where he was playing Batrider
on my way.
Every single game on that patch. I felt like it was like Batrider. Teams started banning it against them.
I'm way ahead.
I can't remember exactly the heroes they experimented with, but there was nothing that felt as effective for Notel. Even when he would go safe lane, it would usually be on the Batrider. So, I don't know, maybe they just need to find that hero for him. But to me, I would like to see Notel get active later in the game. It just seems like you have to have that player that does it. And especially if they want to run Moon on a Bristleback or something that requires more space, you need Notel to take over that S4 role. Maybe he's not going to be quite as dominant or comfortable in it, but someone's got to take a step back to give him fun. Crit normally takes quite a bit of space on the 4 position, so, or if you're running the fly, something's got to give to this team to create space for Miracle.
You either have to put Moon on Beastmaster or Batrider, or
I
yeah,
gust
Gyro,
onward.
and he has to rotate immediately for no tail. So.
I mean, I'd be okay with both of them on those roles.
Yeah,
Like, they
both,
were running
that would
for
help a lot.
while. They were running like the no-tail Batrider as well as the
Of
Beastmaster,
course.
and I think that was when they had some.
Now, if you look at, I mean, it's quite a step away.
On
If you
my
look at what
way.
They did in Frankfurt. They would shift mid and carry back and forth depending on the hero selection. Like no tail, PL.
I run like the wind.
No tail in the safe lane. And then mid SF,
On
say
it.
in the hands of Miracle, whereas if it was Annie Mage in the safe lane, it was going to be Miracle. And that was very, very
I go.
effective for them in terms of switching back and forth. It doesn't look like they have those same comfort options in this metagame. And as you guys have brought up it already, the mid meta has changed a lot in terms of what
As the
heroes
arrow
can offer.
flies.
But let's transition and make sure we talk at least a little bit about MVP Phoenix, because here we're talking
I'm way
about
ahead.
much finer points, minor adjustments that they can make to try to have success as LTA is giving you that
On
it's off camera, you guys are missing it. MVP Phoenix needs to make,
I
needs
just
to make
get
more
the hot
minor
too.
adjustments.
Turns me on when you talk about Dota.
Oh, I know. You can't help it, right?
Taste my arrow.
So what do you think, Rhea? If you're MVP and you're looking at those replays from yesterday, what are you saying?
Already
hey, we
moving.
need to do this a little bit differently in order to have success today.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it earlier too. They just need to put the brakes on sometimes,
my
not
point?
get over aggressive, put yourself at a very bad position. Like they kept running their body yesterday at the tier 1 tower when
Your bottom
tower
is
under attack. They can't move it, and then all of a sudden they just die.
I go.
Constantly. We saw how the Earth Spear yesterday just completely destroyed them, and so maybe they should get that for themselves for Doobu.
Already
I mean,
moving.
he's an amazing ES player themselves.
And that's a good piece of information.
I'll
that
take that.
Is they know that OG not only can run Earth Spear, but can run their Earth Spear even if
As the
Christian
arrow
is
flies.
pick. We saw that with the IO Earth Spear yesterday,
Yep.
so that's a nice piece they have.
Catch!
Navi did not have one.
Yeah, Navi picked, I think Navi picked the Earth Spirit, and then
No, OG picked it after already having the IO.
I can't remember if they fourth picked it or fifth picked it, but yeah, then Navi fifth picked an Earth Spirit too. It's
At
like
that point in
crazy.
the draft,
It's
you're like,
what?
surely they just don't want Earth Spear.
Yeah,
Or
right.
they just
What
take it.
is?
Like, actually, if we do Earth Spear, we're gonna. I'll take that. But yeah, I mean, looking at the way, for me, for OG, I feel like it's a little more about strategy and draft. As like yesterday, they looked very unpolished in terms of their play, but I don't think that's really their core issue. For me, yesterday, like MVP primary issue was just execution. Yesterday, they had the game. I think most notably the final game of the day where they had the QO Slark. Individual play was really sloppy, but it was also just like the strategy was not. Like the itemization and the overall game plan,
I'm way
as far
ahead.
as what they're actually buying and building for, was not in sync with the way they were trying to execute it. He kept on trying to force fights. They had an Invoker who went for a very late Midas as well, and then kept on trying to force fights too. MP felt like he had to come to the support
I
of
gust
Duo.
onward.
But they just need to get the game plan clear and then execute it. To me, it's less about like, oh, they're picking the wrong heroes or they're getting out drafted. It's more they're not playing the way that
Your bottom tower
is under attack. So if he didn't get those 2 kills early on to the Slark, he would have had, I would say, easily, 6K more net worth onto him in the later stages of the game.
Got my
By
wind
just
up.
Giving these solo kills to the Darkseer in the offlane, and his Midas was delayed, and then
Raining arrows.
he just kept getting shut down,
there
and they
was the
started
time
putting
where he,
pressure.
pounced on the cliff, didn't quite.
Yeah, that.
I mean, it was just
That was. Oh man.
I'm not sure if he was tilting or feeling overly confident, but I mean, we
better
know
luck
he's
next
capable of
life.
better, right? So if he plays his A game, I think they actually win that
As the
game.
arrow
I think it does
flies.
go to a game 3, and quite possibly they beat Zichu, so.
I don't know. It's a tough kind of factual to talk about.
Of course.
They did not look like they were ready to win that game at any point. And I think as the conversation has gone on here, you guys have mentioned a couple things. For newer fans, okay, I think it's really important when you look at these games, it's not just if you die, it's when those deaths occur. Those Slark deaths were it's very important. They occurred at times when a Slark
On my
was supposed
way.
to be gaining momentum. He got a solo kill by the Darkseer right before he reached level 6, which is a huge power.
Already
spike right
moving.
there. He got that cliff, unfortunate cliff pounce occurred at a time where he was just getting up to that Midas and his farm was going to start to skyrocket. I mean, as you guys say though, part of that is the team not playing to the strengths of the coach that they've chosen.
It's hard to play that greedy when you're a melee hero against Darkseer and
The
then
enemy's
you
middle
don't get
tower
punished. Like,
has
they're like,
fallen.
oh, Yang, he's O2, he doesn't know how to play this offlane at all. I'm gonna go Midas or something. It does help out a lot when you can instantly Midas the creep and then the item shell's gone. But yeah, maybe that wasn't necessarily the thing, or just have more support or region in the lane or something. So I think he'll just look back on it and say, oh, I just screwed up a little bit there in the early game that hurt our later game, and and he just didn't have enough items going into that later game. That's what hurt the Slark a lot. If he had 2 more items,
it's not time yet.
So Alan, I want to ask you actually. You mentioned like
double damage
that MVP need to make. Do you agree it's just like,
my feet fly,
or are there certain strategic changes you want to see for the team?
I actually think you guys have made all the points that I had in mind in that respect.
Oh, great. So we're done here then.
Ryu mentioned early on the fact that they were a little bit over-aggressive in diving some of those Tier 1 towers early on. I think that's something MVP at Shanghai, at Dota Pit have gotten very used to playing with
Not
the lead.
yet.
And I think when you're a team that is used to dominating your lanes,
as the arrow flies,
those kinds of dives tend to look really bad when you're a little bit more even, right? And you've been used to being ahead. Yeah, I will go ahead and forego my second point because we've got our draft up here. But yeah, basically it's a matter, I think, of MVP, largely of execution.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Both teams, great Earth Spirit players. At least 3 in this game.
Yeah, I expect MVP to take out.
Both teams also run a great well. This is
I'm not ready.
I will be as good as MVP have looked with IO at times.
Incoming!
A little bit comfortable with them and saying there's a
like the
much
bullseye.
smaller set of things that MVP will do with IO. They're largely an IO versus that team, whereas OG have shown a lot more flexibility in their combination.
I mean, all we do is ban Invoker OD and then
another arrow in my quiver.
That's
I think you really have to ban the Invoker. MVP run a good one for MP. I'm not to say he's necessarily.
They banned the Doom. That's
already
the hard
moving
for OD. They just have to ban it here.
So if you ban Doom,
your middle tower is under attack.
For a lot of teams, the Enchantress come to mind.
Enchantress
out there.
still, but
those have been kind of the
catch
big
my point.
first picks when the normal bans come out.
I've wrestled with that question myself, though, Ryu.
On my way.
As MVP, I think there's a line of thought where you go ahead and let him take OD because you are an early rotation team anyway.
I'm
and
way
that
ahead.
hero is so susceptible to that roaming mid.
I mean, specifically,
it's
Earth
not
Spirit,
time
they can
yet.
run like a Death Prophet mid. That's a very strong duo.
On my way.
They are going to ban the Earth or the Beastmaster.
Yeah, they're going to leave OD on the table.
I'm not ready.
I don't think I think OG could take it here.
It's not
just
time
in the
yet.
giving Miracle Hero he's confident with.
maybe they think MVP won't pick up the OD too.
It's
They
not
could pick up Earth
time
Spirit
yet.
themselves now and then pick OD for second.
So
I'm way ahead.
If you're OG, who do you first pick here? I think I'm leaning toward OD, but Earth
It's
Spirit.
either
Not
OD or
yet.
Earth Spirit.
Yeah, and likely,
Not
assuming
yet.
everybody responds with an Earth Spirit, quite likely the IO does get through.
And they're going to
there
take
we
the
go.
IO.
Are
Okay.
gonna IO first.
Okay.
Your
I'm
bottom
that
tower
not
is under
That was the
attack.
question mark was how
I
much
run
do they
like the
value?
wind.
Okay, well, we got the wrong side.
I'll take that.
Sorry, guys.
Already moving.
Disaster.
Can't make all the predictions.
That is,
Your
that
bottom
is
tower
really,
is under
really
attack.
hard. MVP Phoenix, they knew exactly what they were going
On
to
it.
get. My oh my.
I feel like they would.
They better have a very
I'm not
strong
ready.
plan.
If they had picked up ES, I think they would have gone
Not
IO
yet.
plus OD2
Right.
for the mid lane for
Yes,
the Saints.
exactly.
I think
That is-
you'd rather have
Exactly.
at least the Earth Spirit.
I think you'd rather have at
Not
least the Earth
yet.
Spirit or the OD rather than this IO.
Well, one thing
As
I'll
the
say
arrow
is that
flies.
there is the potential with the IO on board, of course, for a dual lane mid, although we've seen a little bit less of that than we have in the past. And so that does limit the Earth Spirit.
That was
against
another
the
one
Can't-
of their go-to mids. that
Yes,
they
it
kept doing
was.
were the tiny
I
IO.
go.
You can't do tiny mid against
OG would just get tiny IO, you win a game based on those two picks. But
I
against
gust
Earth
onward.
Spirit OD, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, ES just puts boulder or rim or stone down
At them.
and pull back, you're silent.
Here goes. My feet fly.
Juggernaut!
I think they have to pick.
You never know for MVP.
Yeah, you really think they're back that far into a corner?
Yeah, you
This
have to
is-
get either puck or PP now because the aggression coming out in the mid lane is way too much right now. There's just too much coming from MVP.
You guys both really feel this strongly that
Hey,
I'm not going down with
he's,
this shit.
He's not necessarily.
Not
well,
yet.
that's what I'm trying to get you to say.
But it's
LD is,
LD.
okay, the Bat Rider.
On it.
That's
Cool. That's not.
Yeah.
So
Ash.
we did talk about this quite a bit.
I'm not
before
ready.
The draft started. I think this should likely be the no-shell hero. Could possibly be the Moon hero, but
right.
it leaves their options open.
I'm not ready.
And it's a hero that does pretty well in lane. Can go back to the
I'm
jungle. Can
not
give space to
ready.
later on. Gives them a very open map.
Another arrow
were
in
on
my
board with
quiver.
Batrider before just about any other team in his
I
recent
gust
resurgence in the
onward.
meta. I believe OG picked Batrider in either 4 or maybe even all 5 of their
Of
3
course.
matches at Shanghai. So, and they ran it in both offlane and in a mid position.
And where they started to struggle was when teams recognized just how crucial that pick had been.
Yep,
Come to
started
them and
banning it.
started banning. So, curious to see where he goes. I know we've had quite a bit of discussion on the panel yesterday about how Batrider's actually decent versus OD compared to a lot of the other mids. So
Already
could well
moving.
be the no-tail hero. Could still be a moon offlaner. We'll just have to wait and see. They have even run it safe lane at times.
Attack!
Your
But
middle
against
tower
OD,
is under
the number
attack.
of heroes that can hold their own is fairly limited.
I like it.
I'm way ahead.
Well, as maybe picking up. What could you pick up for? I mean,
Your middle
I
tower
talked
is
about
under attack.
Still there. Void isn't that bad. But then you won't have enough. Yeah, then you won't have enough burst damage potentially.
Your top tower is under attack.
It's not like a good
Dark Seer.
First
You have to
Dark
get.
Seer.
Your top tower is under
Yeah, I
attack.
was just going to say,
You want to complain about Oracle and the Haas?
Do you
The
want
book
Oracle
on Dark
IO as
Seer-
your dual support duo though?
But
the book
have
on
to,
Dark
though.
Seer,
And
though,
you have
is
to
that
get
you can't
stunned.
Your top tower is under
I
attack.
think you put Oracle then.
As the arrow
That
flies.
just feels like MVP is completely dictating.
I'm not ready.
They're getting
They are
close to a Dark
dictating it
Seer.
right now.
They can
It's
busy also
not
with that
time
duo. They
yet.
can dominate mid. Playing
On my way.
so jungle with Ion
Bye-bye.
Shell. You still don't even know for sure where the OG is going to be.
Not yet.
They have done that before. MVP's draft feels very solid and still has a lot of options.
I still think OG have a ton of room to maneuver here. I think they can pick a gyrocopter, for example, to deal with the Dark Seer fairly effectively.
It's 100%.
Of course.
You have to get it. Oracle puts Finn right now. Put no tail. Like he said, he didn't have a great game last time.
Already
but I
moving.
think Wisp puts Batrider mid.
Which doctor am I?
Batrider's an amazing hero against the OD as long as he's not having those levels up in the arcane intelligence. And he's just going to be able to take it to him, especially with the Wisp there. So
They also like to run, historically, they have run a lot of spend with IO. That
On
was
my
when
way.
Miracle was playing, you know, more of the hard farmer. No-tail was getting less far, but Shanghai.
They've run
I'm
no
way
tail.
ahead.
They've run no tail Sven mid. as
Oh,
well.
Scepter.
So
Gonna do
Sven's
it.
a possibility.
And
Oh,
it's Chaos
You
Knight.
know,
I gust
actually,
onward.
when,
that's so bad
when-
against OD arcane orbs, though.
when
It's
Chaos
not
Knight
time
got
yet.
picked in the final game of that VP Vegas
As the
series,
arrow flies.
like they all freaked out together at once. No-tail was like, all right, like they got really excited. So maybe OG saw something there in the Chaos Knight they hadn't properly appreciated until then. This hero does fight a little bit more effectively early on, but yeah, the illusions.
I go.
Tough time this game.
Saying
So-
his Eclipse takes it away. I
Where
mean,
are
you're
we,
against
guys,
a
in
Dark
laning?
Seer and laning. I just like MVP right now.
Maybe they even go. I mean, maybe
Maybe they
mix
go
up lanes,
aggressive
go
or something?
aggro potentially.
Yeah, maybe
run
they
a
go
Batrider
aggro.
safe lane still.
But that's to me the question of where we are right now in the draft. Is this
Already moving.
CK Wisp dual mid, or and Batrider offlane?
Should have called that.
I mean, what's the
Okay.
CK IO gonna do in OD or
Of course.
I don't think.
What's it gonna do with an Ember Spirit too? Maybe like a Bane now instead of Team Script.
As the arrow flies.
You pick an Enchantress,
Or
and
Lion.
they do a lot.
Well, then you're basically all in the mid or early game. If you don't get stuff
On
done
it.
early game, then you're not gonna be able to catch anybody later. Okay.
So that will be Fly's hero, and it's a hero that he's transitioned to playing a little. Actually, no, they've run that on both, but Fly will probably be playing that in this match
With
Crit
the
on
IO
list.
in the game, should be.
I really like how they didn't pick up the Oracle as a machine because no.
I really
You have-
like how they
I have
didn't
to-
do what I said.
No.
But surely you pick Oracle.
I'm going
You
around.
have
No,
to Oracle.
because
like
they
it
pick up
anyway.
the Ember Spirit, and then there's no lockdown for the Ember Spirit. You pick these two supports that are very.
No, I agree. That it gives them a little bit more of a late game
I'm way ahead.
option, I guess. At least they have some catch for.
Yeah, they need some.
Ember,
It's not
but-
time yet.
But realistically, like I think this is more about
I go.
the ability to maybe zone Dark Seer with the shackle. You can
It's
actually
not
threaten for
time
kill,
yet.
as well as you have the wards. Because up until that pick, they
I
really
gust
cannot do
onward.
it. So it gives them some ability push towers. But
Not yet.
I mean, still to me, the MVP
raining
draft is
arrows?
by far so far. They can win. They can lane it.
I'm not
with
ready.
The Ember Spirit mid, the OD.
Here,
safe
have an
lane,
arrow.
Quite likely.
Your
Dark Seer
middle
can go
tower
wherever
is under
needed.
attack.
Wow.
I mean, they just.
Dire's structures
On my
are
way.
So
fortified.
Batrider gonna have a slightly tougher game here. Bench was already banned. Probably the best way to deal with that.
I go.
Okay,
Pin in like the wind.
mid or the offline? Time to decide.
Already moving.
Yeah, all love the MVP. Talk about it. It's comfort. All their lanes
Attack!
are super strong right now. They can just every lane. And their late game right now. I mean, you have an Ember and an OD against a Chaos Knight. This Chaos Knight is the worst pick right now in the world.
I mean, forget about the late
You
game.
have to win early now.
Their
As
mid
the arrow
game's really
flies.
strong too. As soon as the Darkseer gets level 4 Ion Shell, Ember gets level 7, Earth Spirit has any kind of level, they can just run at people.
All right, guys.
Looks really solid.
Quick picks. Let's get everybody's predictions.
I would be really surprised if MVP doesn't win this. I think they have a huge advantage coming out of the draft. To me, OG basically has to outplay MVP heavily to pick this.
He took all my time.
It's not time yet.
I'm going to go OG because I think this looks like what they were successful with in the past. With that, let's throw it out to our casters for game
Not
one.
yet.
Nahaz, I'm Dayco.
On
That's
my way.
Green Dream Fogged. The panel seems to think, at least the majority of the panel seems to think that this is MVP's
I'll
game.
take that.
Strong lanes and comfort picks. Do you agree with them?
I can
I'm
agree
not
with
ready.
the comfort picks and everything, so I would also be siding with MVP.
I gust onward.
You see that countdown timer? Things are getting hype right now. It's OG versus MVP. I can't believe one of
way
these
ahead.
teams is going to be going home
I run
after
like
the
the
first
wind.
round. You know,
Here
MVP,
goes.
many are
Your
considering
top
still a
tower
lot
is under
more than
attack.
Manila
Not
Major
yet.
invite, but OG, they finish if they still want to be securing that spot. Otherwise, they
Your
could be
top
risking
tower
going through
is
qualifiers with all the rest of the plebs. But here we go, Fox. Game is underway here. We'll have to see if there's going to be interesting fisticuffs to lead things out. And it does look like they are going to be putting Moon on the Bat Rider here. So Miracle.
Meet the whirlwind.
So nothing
Not
too
yet.
fishy.
Your
They're
top
going to
tower is under
kind of
attack.
secure the offense
On my way.
there for Moon a bit. No Tail is going to be taking Rain onto his Chaos Knight. And do you agree with what Ryu was saying on the panel that this should
Your
be a
top
pretty
tower is under
difficult game for the
attack.
Chaos Knight, and it's all the more pressure for OG to succeed in the
I'm
early
way
to
ahead.
mid game.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing because they really need to just. He needs to get a lot of kills or something in this early game because if he falls
it.
behind, Arcane Orb is just. I
go.
And it'll be disastrous as well.
Not ready.
There's a lot of difficulties you have to deal with that.
As the arrow
Game is
flies.
going to be, it looked like matched up potentially with Forev, who's going to be playing that Darkseer, but we could see a potential
On it.
audible call here from MVP, but they also have a pretty strong level 1 fight. So they
I run like the wind.
Dubu, though, on his comfortable Earth Spirit grab here. It just can't help but feel like that MVP just got everything they could ask for in
This
this
is
draft.
gonna be a big fight. He already clarityed up and he's throwing triple Ion Shell.
Jesus. So the roll
All right.
could connect here. Miracle
I
steps
gust
forward. They're
onward.
potentially going to gauge a little bit of flirting here, but no hard commitments yet. MVP
Get my point?
secure that top rune there. It looks like MP's actually going to be taking it towards the top lane. That leaves
Aggro
Moon
try.
at the bottom. And yeah, they're totally flipping the script as far as how they're setting up this
I
laning
go.
stage. Definitely gives you an idea that OG recognized that they need to make sure the CK could have a smooth start.
I gust
Aggro try
onward.
all the way up towards the top.
They're switching already. Forev's on his
Radiant
way up. Ember's gonna pick up a
structures
TP
are
right away and make his
fortified.
way toward bottom lane.
And once they make this kind of a switch, do you think OG should look to
Already
respond, or
moving.
they'll just kind of stay planted with what the, where things have kind of ended up?
Bat Rider versus Ember
On my
Spirit, I
way.
think you're pretty happy with that as a Bat Rider. In a 1v1.
1v1.
But Oracle is going to make his way down there and
I'm
make
way
it a bit
ahead.
harder. But it is your safe lane, so you're able to go to your jungle and do a lot of different things.
We know, of course, we're with the benefit of that Fortune's End. Iki,
As
Napalm
the arrow
stacks.
flies.
Crit has made the rotation towards the bottom to accompany Moon here. So we'll be at least a 2v2 here for now. Mid lane matchup. Boom! Oh, they were not able to connect with the rolling boulder, even with the Astral setting it up. A swing and a miss, a rare one
On
at
it.
that from Dubu in the mid lane. Yep.
I'm not ready.
I like what the responses from both teams.
Of
I think
course.
it's pretty appropriate.
This kind of goes to show how much they
I'm
want
not
to make sure they
ready.
secure this lane stage, and one that's more crucial here for
On it.
OG from the get-go. We'll have to see. And, for Dubu,
It's
he
not
didn't
time
get
yet.
the Orb of Venom to start things off, it looks like, for his
I'm
first
not
year.
ready.
We'll see where he's going to be looking to invest that early chunk of gold in the meantime.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted Febby to start off with that Magic Stick versus the Bat Rider.
Now, with this kind of a start, it does
You've
allow
got my
Cisco
wind
to
up.
get a good
My
lead
feet
in.
fly.
Only at 7 and 6 denies here. The lead is
Not
up.
yet.
It seems to be accompanied quite a bit here from Fly.
Taste my arrow.
Have an early secured laning phase at this point, but Forev is already going to have the pull camp to work with here. And things continue to stay stagnant with where the lanes are fogged, who do you think this benefits more?
As the arrow flies.
2 lanes. Haste! So I think it's benefiting OG a bit, but at the same time, you're going to have to be dealing with an
On my
OD
way.
who's going to have basically 3 farms. And there's an Invis rune in mid.
Yep, Bebby, they're going to set things up with an Astral. A rotation's already getting coming in. They're looking to pressure out Miracle, and
he punched. I think he thought maybe it would clip him as well. He
Of
wanted to get him right when he got out of the Astral. That was
a bit awkward there. I think he's trying to time it out and catch the AoE with that Fortune's End. But that's not going to be the case here, and little Febby's going to have to take his business all the way back towards the bottom.
I'm not ready.
It would appear here. Dubu is picked up.
I go. Incoming.
I hardly had you
He's not going to be able to partake in sort of any sort of direction.
It's not time yet.
Yeah, super happy. Febby's only level 2.
Attack! Incoming!
Good lane here. Crit rotates over with Miracle, and they pursue QO at this point, and even the Fairy Fire is not going to be enough. He shoots him down with a nice catch with the power shot, and it's going to be OG strike first.
Feel the wind in your hair.
Because like I was saying, they're already winning 2 lanes. Now they're going to be winning all 3 lanes. This is a bit questionable for MVP.
Really needing a little bit of nuking damage here.
He's got stick charges.
Already moving.
5 to work with on the side, but they'll be happy to salve things up and we'll square up.
Here it goes.
Allowing him to get back to trying to farm a bit. But
The enemy's
right
top
say,
tower
have a great
has
game,
fallen.
dies, terrible.
Caster's curse right there. It happens far too often, unfortunately. 4-minute room will pop up though. Miracle already going to be on the scene here, accompanied by Crit, and Moon's going to pick it up. So both going to be going the way to OG. It looks like
I'm way ahead.
kind of favoring that they want to be able to get up in the lane, but Febby,
I'm
they
not
don't
ready.
have vision towards that bottom. Now, had this
Of
been a
course.
haste, it would have made things a lot easier if Moon wanted to get the opportunity.
A gift from the
yet.
tempest
Will
of
get
battle.
changed up, and that'll be the end of it. The top
Your
lane.
middle tower
well.
is under attack.
Yep, they're going to get the catch up for Ev. Can they get the follow up
I
for
go.
Nubu here? And it looks like they will. Hot start for
It's
OG
not
as they lead
time
things
yet.
at already 3-0.
On it.
This is, yeah, very scary. I mean, usually you have your Dark Seer, you're like, okay.
Every
even though he's
coin
off lane,
helps.
He's going to be getting a decent amount. He's probably level 3 or something at this point.
Catch my point?
Level 4 even with some farm. He literally has just a Soul Ring, and he's literally level 3. QO, getting pressured a bit in mid. Forces a TB from Dubu, who fills up the bottle for Q.
Gets him! Man, this guy's Robin Hood right here. Miracle shoots him down.
That all
That
you
is
got.
such an uncharacteristic thing from QO.
It's not
I mean,
time
what do
yet.
you think leads to that? Is it just maybe not warmed up? Is it the, you know, maybe you don't have much experience going against the win rate? Like, I haven't seen that in a while.
On my way.
Ensnared in fire.
Not yet.
Not expecting level 5, I guess.
Already
Level
moving.
6. He doesn't level up the lasso, but he is going to take down this mighty side stack here in the top lane.
As the arrow
That will
flies.
leave No Tail towards the bottom lane. So a bit of a lane shift here for OG. And they make their move.
I gust on.
Back to Dark Seer. Already 1K gold. For a timely pick.
They identified that that stack was there. That's the only way that Dark Seer
not
can
time
catch
yet.
up in this early game, and he just, you know, they just tell Moon, get up here.
Here it goes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gets it by the Arcane Boots.
Arcane Boots on the back.
Arcane Boots on the bat. Looks like they're trying to make a move on No Tail bottom. They start up.
Your
Gets
bottom
the
tower is under attack.
I go.
The enemy's middle
Up,
tower
but
has fallen.
Tank, he already has his power thread.
Incoming like the wind.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Lost some blood in this matchup here. A little bit be able to grab up what looks like
Your bottom tower has fallen.
Part of the top lane. Even support's kind of getting in on the action here.
Yeah, they're really committing a lot to go
As
for
the
this
arrow
crosshair.
flies.
Uh-oh. Well, they might get him. Nice catch with the boulder smash, a rolling boulder, the nuke with the Ether shock, and
Thanks for the
be
gold.
able to get their first kill on just a little route.
Already
Very
moving.
easy kill.
Focus.
Yeah, Moon. How do you feel about those arcs? I guess maybe it was just an opportunity buy because his Wisp and his Rock.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Eventually, you can turn into an Ether Lens, which isn't too far-fetched for a Bat Rider after all.
And he's already had such an incredible start.
Your top tower is under attack. The enemy's middle barracks
Helps
has
out
fallen.
more. You don't really.
Here comes trouble, OG.
I'm way
Move
ahead.
is going to be made. There's going to be the stun. Crit shows up, and they make quick work of Dooku's Earth Spirit, not even a chance to get off the stun or anything.
On my way.
Quick and easy pick for him, and they accelerate their lead even further. Now 5-1. Take another look here at the CS. No surprise to see Moon with the help of that jungle stack. 41 and 5 here. 37 and 13. The OD 24 now 25 and 10. Man, he's really taking it to him.
I gust
Completely different
onward.
team than we saw yesterday coming up from OG. You can see their movements
Not
on
yet.
point, just moving all over the place. They're not
Nicely
sitting on lane.
timed. Okay,
As
they
the
get the
arrow
boulder
flies.
smash, but you know he's not going to follow it up with any sort of grip silence, and they'll just have to let that opportunity go here. MVP a swing and a miss as far as
I'm way
any
ahead.
sort of gank attempt on that one.
Yeah. Crit already picking up his urn. Level 5 on him. They're
At
gonna
them.
Level 6 relocates him.
And do you figure once they get that relocated, it's like, let's just go ahead and put it to work, find some offensive opportunities, get some wards in their territory, and just try to find any sort of pickoffs?
On my way.
They could probably just wait for the blink. They can set up for a few kills with Miracle if he finds anybody, but I don't know if they'll rush it until the blink.
Which is not going to be too far off. He's just going to go into
On
the
it.
jungle to get that finish. He's already got about 1,300 gold, and when you're already sporting arcanes, you know, you're going to have plenty of mana to work with.
Yeah, MVP knowing.
Here, have an arrow.
This is going very poorly.
My range
It's not going to go
increases.
any better. Bottom lane, they made their move for MP, and with one
I
easy
go.
rift and setup and help from Crit, they're going to take him down. QO
I'm
is
not
rotated
ready.
down for this one. He has the
They're
hammer to
bringing-
drop. Is
they're
he
bringing
going to get in
stuff.
for it? Right-clicking down Crit. Fly's going to pop down the wards right now. This could be very scary for MVP. They still continue to make the move as they make the jump. The Sanity Clips will go down, and they finally will be able to get the pick off. It's there for Fly, but they're going to lose so much more for him, potentially. They've already lost QO. They're going to lose
Already
Dooku,
moving.
and it looks like Forev is also going to be going down.
Incoming.
Sure, MVP makes the rotation to the bottom lane, but they hand so much over to OG. 2 kills, specifically for a Miracle on this
Not
one.
yet.
As they're making the rotation, it's just 5 to
I
10 seconds too
gust
late. Moon
onward.
now actually getting gone on in mid.
Oh,
Got a
I'm
last
not
one and
ready.
jump.
Relocate
Relocate coming in.
Yeah, Crit's going to be here. The paramedic shows up just in time. MP looking to make a hasty retreat. Is going to be able to have the wand,
turn
but he
rate.
can barely
It's not
move.
time
That
yet.
stickiness holds him in place. Doobu's going to be able to assist, gets off a nice stun, roll forward, silence, might be able to get Crit down, will be able to do so with one more smack. And it's not going
I'm
to be
way
able to
ahead.
get goal up there. It does cost them their Ember Spirit for the Wisp takedown. Still OG getting the better trades.
Oh, no tail. Forev running at him. Is he going to go to reach him? There's the roll.
On it.
Kick.
The kick.
Got him. That guy's a FIFA player for sure. Pulls it back, they get the vacuum, and one more right click will do it.
That was a big kill. Dooku got a
Yeah.
lot of experience
Here
in that.
it
He's
goes.
almost level 6. He's able to pick
Arcanes.
up. He gets his urn.
Yeah,
instead.
urns.
I thought he was going to go for the arcane as well.
Already moving.
The enemy's bottom
On
tower
that, need the
has
extra bit of
fallen.
strength, especially if you got your Magnetize coming online here soon.
As the arrow flies.
Yeah, pretty lucky to get proactive for kills. Those urn charges will build up fast. It's always nice to have some sort of on the playing field, whether it's between him or the Oracle, or you have the utility of a false promise. Mid lane, good shackle connect.
On my way.
Crit steps in, flies.
Incoming.
The first shackle, but they already got the urn on. Well, then
Attack. I fly.
heal him up. Got it. Pedal to the metal.
So much aggression. Beautiful.
It's just that's the name of the game for the most part. Maybe the exception for yesterday.
Monster kill.
The Vega matchup. All these games seem to be very go. And, I don't know. Is that potentially where we're going to be, or is that just something that might be the meta for this tournament?
Radiant structures are
Seems like
fortified.
the aggression's paying off for most of the teams so far. That's our top lane. 5 smoked up.
The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Relocate is up.
See, I think the jump fly tries to get close enough, but the second they see that Shadow Shaman creeping from the side, he's quick to run it back away, and that's probably the smarter play to go here. But we got Dooku now. He only has 3 remnants, but I think 3 should be plenty here if you want to make some work out of his Magnetize. So let's see if he can make the first significant team fight here.
The enemy's bottom tower
They have
has
to bring
fallen.
3 or 4 heroes here because even though there's only 2 on the side of OG, you always have to think about that relocate. Dark's here, bottom lane.
Yep.
Surge is out. Are they going to get it on him? Oh, what's that?
It's crazy impressive how far that Rift could get the catch, and Good thing for the Darkseer to kind of get that hasty surge. Still trying to string together the rest of his headdress and build towards that mechanism here. But the wards have now been committed, and it looks like OG are going to be going for their second tier 1 tower here in the bottom lane.
Triple kill! And he's level 11. He is
I'm not
very
ready.
over-leveled. Mid lane, relocate coming in.
There it is,
Of
a jump
course.
in as they make their move for QO, and it looks like they'll be able to take down the Obsidian
The
one.
enemy's bottom
Yeah, Miracle
barracks
opted for
has
the Blink
fallen.
Dagger. He's just
I
going to be
go.
constantly setting up for these kills.
Miracle's certainly
It's not
stepping his
time
game
yet.
up. Maybe not satisfied with his performance yesterday.
Focus.
The enemy's bottom barracks
Sharp like a
has
dart.
fallen.
Looking really good.
That
Not
tower
yet.
will be going down in the bottom lane, but back at top here,
Gotcha.
we're trying to get their first objective
elbow
of this game. There's
strength
a lot of
grows.
money on the map for them to pick up, but
Rotation's coming in.
Yeah.
Dagger on cooldown. 5 seconds.
go.
Firefly as well on cooldown still.
creeping in.
For this one.
Already moving.
Top.
Oh, it's
No tail.
starting now. No Tail makes his move. It's a stun onto Oracle. There's the rift back,
Not
and Moon
yet.
says, "Why? After you get him, let's get this guy." Looking to pull back
I'll
MP, but
take
Duke
that.
just made his own move.
Focus.
Gets off a wonderful stun silence combo, and the Magnetize is on. This could be actually a big fight for MP.
course.
to keep
The
people out,
enemy's
and it
top
looks like they
tower
will.
has
They're
fallen.
quickly going to be taken down, and
Oh,
they
no.
lose their Noob turnaround. Sands Eclipse, though. I don't know, MVP. They turn the 180, looking to get back. No Tail very low. Here comes MP, sits up the slide of this. Crit
On my
tries his
way.
best to assist his team, but it's not going to be enough. A flame break to push it back away, but MP continues to go
I
into a
gust
blitz.
on.
Towers.
Towers down, Hero, forced to step back. Nice shackle connection coming out from Miracle there. Catches MP. Will also be dropped. Almost got rid of that one. Needs one more Purifying Flames, but will not get that opportunity. Serious bloodshed in the top lane there.
Yeah, Miracle blinked into the back of that fight, trying to get land a shackle on the OD. Unfortunately, it missed, but then the OD walked forward. It didn't that didn't have too much heat built up. But a little bit of an overstep by OG. Nets MVP a few kills, but then same thing. MVP oversteps their bounds a bit, and Miracle gets a beautiful shackle.
Lots of bloodshed already. 20 kills, 14-minute mark.
Look at this net worth.
Net worth is all OG as we check it out right now. Near that 7K mark.
Experience is probably
XP is
insane.
also just as dramatic. You can give a lot of that credit to both Moon and Miracle in this one.
Yeah. And Moon's gonna, he actually has the Aether Lens. 14 minutes, Blink, Aether Lens on a Bat Rider with a Bassi and a stick.
Pretty good. What he's gonna do. I mean, if you're OG right now, is there any
Enemy's
reason
top
to kind of
tower
pump
is
the
fallen.
brakes and go
Go
back
back
and
into
play the
town.
economy game, or do you still want to go here? They might have to hold that thought here. You're looking to make the move. They turn the
Position
corner.
for this.
Trying to make a move on to No Tail. A swing and a miss on the boulder smash.
I'm not ready.
Look to still follow it up. They're going to get the silence, the roll slow.
As the arrow
to relocate
flies.
if he
Bump
wants
him
it.
back. Are they going to try to go with the save here? They might need it.
Enemy's
Moon
top
does jump
barracks
in, gets the
has
pullback
fallen.
from Bevy. Crit will be able to assist No Tail from alive as well.
Here goes.
Promise to keep himself alive. Get back in the way.
You've got my
Miracle's
shield
the one in
deserved.
trouble, and they won't take him down. That's a good bounty to pick up the lead. They're looking for
Enemy's top barracks has fallen. You now have
tether it
mega
up, and
creeps.
it's actually QO here who's a bit weak and wounded with the urn and with the
Incoming!
experience here. Might be enough to bring him down, but it's a good thing to do. Will nerf a bit of damage. Febby though. Oh, gonna get hit with a right click, bump back with a flame break, and
Sticky, the
it
sticky
is-
stacks.
The sticks are building
Of
up right
course.
here. A swing and a miss from Dubu's rolling boulder forward. A 2-for-1 trade at the moment. And Prince still holds his ground. He's trying to fight the counter change. He's back away. Can see his defense. Overtime right now with the paramedic work at this moment. But Prince will eventually get dropped. Jump back and forth from MP. A bit of a sidestep play here, but eventually it
Used
still
all three
ends up a
spirits.
2-for-2.
On
He's
my
going to
way.
lock it down. He's going to try to right click it to get fly down in time. One more right click. He's going to get it. But no, Bevy still. They clear with the Purifying Flames. Does his best to keep alive, but it's not going to happen in the end.
Coming out here.
Will might get it. Will Miracle take it? No. Will picks it up.
Right
That's
on
a kill for
target.
him.
At the same that fight was like, it's like a 4v4, like just a mess in their jungle going on. Fly didn't even go toward that fight in the beginning. He literally ran all the way to the top lane, dropped his wards, took that tower, TP'd to the bottom fight, and that fight was still going on the entire time. And then he comes in and joins in. Forev unfortunately wasn't able to get there, but he was able to finish up his mech while that fight was going on. But still, definitely a great fight for OG. Just, I mean, Moon just picked up this Blink Aether Lens, we were just saying, and now he's got a 4-step. Level 13.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. that's the power of the Batrider versus the OD as well. You could see he built up, I think it was like 5 or 6 sticky stacks, and then he flame breaks him, and you take so much damage from that new flame break the way it works with sticky stacks.
I mean, just looking at OG's lineup, this is a team that thrives on these long-winded fights here, and it just shows there in that last team fight.
They didn't have roster wards. Like, he went top and used them there, so it's just
Moon
really nice
is
play.
on the move here. He's got the lasso. Can he get a hog tied up? He's looking for Febby,
so
but they've already made
close.
their own smoke play. They're heading south. So OG will try to plant themselves here on the side, looking for an opportunity to make
Nice
their move
aggressive
for
ward.
MVP, but yeah, actually they might be able to catch Moon here on the way back. Nope, they will just cross paths. 2 ships in the night for this potential gank.
Yeah, both teams put out nice aggressive wards. I think MVP did them during the last engagement.
Unfortunately, 2 wards pretty close together, but they really are maintaining that vision.
Does get shackled up.
MP going to get hexed up. They
Instantly
quickly
relocate.
Yeah, they're just like, don't even bother. They're going to get the hell of that opportunity. Do MVP stick around for this, though? Sanity's Eclipse is up.
They have a pretty scary team
Only
fight.
one more rock to work with here. Moon jumps in, gets the hog tie, but a quick cancel with the help of the false promise, and now MVP.
Big vacuum.
Huge vacuum wall set up. Fly will try his damnedest. He drops down the wards, and QB gets to go to work. They quickly assault 3 from OG, and Miracle's a man on the run to make it away. Him and Moon will have to retreat. What a hold from MP. Beautiful vacuum wall.
I could see what OG was doing trying to get into the fight. They tried to do the simultaneous initiation with the Batrider and the Windrunner. Unfortunately, the Shackle did not latch. They were able to get the false promise as soon as the lasso goes off. And just looking at MVP's lineup, you know their team fight is ridiculous. If you go into a 5v5 team fight and you get vacuumed, like, you know what's going to happen. They have an Earth Spirit, they have a Darkseer, they have their mech finished up. Their team fight is just quite ridiculous right now.
And with this, they'll be able to follow up that good fight with an objective potentially. But as they look for it, a beautiful Shackle will connect on for Febby. They can't quite bring their Oracle down. It's not going to be enough, and MVP could look to turn this around. Febby fires off the shots. Crit almost going to be brought down. Oh, they'll be able to get the nice shot there for MP. Nicely done from Miracle. Dubu will be able to get the catch. Both Moon and Crit will be going down. No tail. Going to get kicked with the stone. He gets taken down the end. Fly going to be able to shackle up Dubu here, but he will roll away. Miracle,
they're going to get Febby, though.
He wants Febby. He gets the blink, he gets the shackle, and between him and Fly, it should be easy pickings there. Every one of these fights just feels like a Royal Rumble there, Fog. 4 for 3 at the end of the day.
38 kills in 19 minutes. I think
It's
this is the most
crazy.
kills we've had, right? This is the
I
most
love
kills we've
it.
had of any games.
It's never like a solo pickoff and we're done. It's everyone is like all hands on deck for most of these fights.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that No-Tail ended up dying there because he's actually starting to fall behind a bit on the net worth.
Yeah.
But it was a good decision of them to fight there because they knew MVP just expended all their ultimates. They don't want to lose any towers. They don't have to. And yeah, they just took the fight. And I thought they would have denied that tower, but I guess they didn't really notice how low it actually got.
So at this moment, Miracle getting closer and closer to finishing out that Agnum Scepter. You already mentioned how No-Tail, because they're being so proactive, it's kind of halted his farm game a little bit here. He's still looking to finish out the Armlet, which is a little past the quota we'd like to see on our CK, but still going to be having it here in due time. And on the other side here for MVP, we touch base with MP, and he's still got the early foundation build up of his drums. Do you think that, I guess he just, skipping over, going for something like the Boots of Travel?
They're fighting.
Go right
They're fighting
for it.
way too much for
Yeah.
bots. And I don't know, MVP's still looking very in this game. We have Febby, he's level 11, so False Promise is going to be up every single time.
Yeah.
60-second cooldown, as well as his Aether Lens finished up.
So, I mean, if you're Moon, it's like, obviously you got to try your best to keep this Oracle in check. And if most of these fights continue as they are, where they almost turn into 4v4, 5v5 situations, does he need to just kind of isolate the Oracle? Otherwise, you risk just losing your lasso altogether.
Either he isolates the Oracle, or when Fly finishes up his Blink Dagger, Fly's going to have to focus on the Oracle. Just get the Blink Hex, just drop even the wards on this Oracle just to hold him down, lock him down, everything they can do.
To the
Or
benefit of
Miracle
OG,
as well.
yeah. They have a serious amount of single target lockdown, though.
Yeah.
So that is their benefit. But hey, look at this, a little behind the back play here. Pretty common trade, but MVP will make their move into the Roche pit at the exchange, it looks like, potentially for this tier 2 top. But OG have not really pressing for it too much. She will pull back at this point, and it looks like it could be a pretty free Aegis here for MVP.
Yeah, doesn't seem like they expect this. They're very afraid in the top lane.
We look over their vision, and they do have those very aggressive wards here, but it does leave a lot of the right side of the map pretty much in the dark.
MVP's wards?
Yeah, just
all
yeah,
four of them
right here. It's just
in the
all
enemy
in
jungle.
the OG jungle. Like, this is where we're going to be playing most of the game. So
yeah.
They will not know really what's happening here at the top lane, but No Tail here, got to be a little careful.
Yeah, he knows they're down here.
MVP are just going to be content and kind of pressing the issue, and will go right for this tier 2. OG will get their own trade, it looks like, at the top. They always have the fallback of a couple of TPs and relocate towards this bottom lane, but I feel like still at this point, MVP do have the better 5-man fight. So
Yeah, agreed. All depends on if somebody gets picked off or if they get a 2-man shackle.
And now you have level 2 Magnetize even on Dubu at this point, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like Crit is trying to build up a mechanism that would be a huge perk there for OG, but they still need a little bit of time. Miracle with his DD rune, doing some serious siege work on that tier 3. He's going to get vacuumed back. A long roll from Dubu. Gets a nice silence there from Miracle. Still holds the Boulder Smash. We'll use it right there, but
Relocate.
Crit says, see you later. Pulls him right back to the base.
That Boulder Smash almost hit Crit while he was relocating.
Man, that would have been unfortunate. Now, Crit will be sacrificed potentially. Yeah, he will be sacrificed.
Splat.
Ember will pick that one up. And, you know, some good damage onto that tier 3 here. Slick save from Crit, though, will prolong the issue a bit. So they pull back a bit. What do you get now if you're Moon? I mean, he's already got his Batrider tool belt, if you will, so early. Aether Lens, Blink, Force Staff.
He might just go for the Boots of Travel. But BKB is a very good purchase this game for everybody on OG.
Miracle pops out of his invis, gets a nice connection for MP. Oh! Boulder Smash comes a hair too late to try to get the save. Nice solo pick off there for Miracle, and he makes a quick retreat to make it a hit and run.
Dubu's got to roll up in a second.
I mean, if he rolls, the way an Earth Spear can gap close is ridiculous, so they can get the vision
here. Should be just fine
Blink
with this Blink Dagger.
Blinks up north. They didn't spot that. That's
Boots of travel
smart.
on
That is
Batrider.
a smart call to make. If he had showed himself in the lane, they would have made that kind of jump.
Dubu was like, he's up here, I know it. Gets the boulder up there, but doesn't get him, unfortunately. And now, even more wards placed by OG while they're trying to go for that tier 3 push. They have one in the base.
Feels like almost a mirror match at this point with the way that both these teams are warding and just clashing in all these fights.
Yeah, but this was what OG's been doing right now is perfect because they're just like splitting up MVP. They, like we've been saying, they don't want to take a 5v5, especially when there's an Aegis. And No Tail's starting to get his momentum called back up. 2,500 gold on him. We see him sitting at number 3 on net worth on the chart.
Is that how OG just, I know it feels like an obvious kind of an answer, but is that the way OG have to play this game? Is it because they're kind of pressed for time, or MVP might have a better late game?
I think they just need their BKBs. Once they have their BKBs, fighting is going to be a lot easier for OG. But now this is the worst time for OG to try to take fights. Unless it's a beautiful like pick off or 2-man shackle, something ridiculous. They have MVP has the blink on the Darkseer now, so they have to be extremely careful there in their positioning. And they do see Miracle right now. Do they go for it?
They certainly do. Dubu even connects with the roll. Will
he
Crit
got the
be
wind
around?
run off,
Crit,
though, instantly.
Crit is nearby if necessary. They're going to set up with the Astral. Crit actually eats the Magnetize, getting so close to it.
He's getting him out of
but
there.
he will be able to bail him
BKB
out.
expended on QO as well.
Interesting.
That was Miracle was so quick on his wind run there. He did it instantly as soon as he saw the boulder rolling in. So that's the only reason he lived there.
Ooh, nice little
And
save
Crit
there
gets
from
out.
Miracle. Crit, tethers, makes it away for Ev. Not
Force
looking to let
staff.
him go, but it's going to be too late. Nice save there. Crit makes it away from trouble. And
Teamwork.
MVP. Teamwork.
They have one creep. The single creep, hero creep. Where did that creep even come from? Their creep wave's on the other side. What's going on here?
Well, thank you, Creep. They get that tier 2.
Based creep.
And they will walk away with a little bit of a purse here. And OG's advantage is not much higher than what it was the last time we checked on it. So MVP have been able to kind of match up on par here. But they're the team that's more in the pursuit while OG continue to just try to evade and hold out. No Tail now sitting on a good chunk of money since the last time we checked with him, Fog. He's got 3,300 gold. Do you just go right for more of a tanky build-up item here? I mean, I don't know if Chaos Knight you want to go right for the heart or a Manta at this point.
I don't know if he wants to go for the BKB. He might have to if they get put in a position where OG or if MVP just starts like running at them more. But he is saving on. He's just hanging on to the gold. They're avoiding fights. If he can go for something else, it's very optimal. But
the Reaver here? No, he's just going to keep farming up. Got to get that interest, I guess. Aegis will be reclaimed, so MVP not going to be able to put it to use.
Yeah, very good job by OG just splitting up the map during that. And now, yep, this is a good call by Dubu. He's like, they seem to know where we are, you know, too often. We need to pick up a gem. We need to get rid of these wards. Need to get rid of their information on the map.
And with that, they'll continue to kind of employ this buddy-buddy system, though, as MVP do make their move down here from the north. BKBs for them also coming together. Bree's already done for your Darkseer. The Battle Fury is on the way for MP, so his farm will continue to accelerate. And Femi picks up his Glimmer Cape, which pretty much makes that false promise like it used to be. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Kills 2 wards with his newly acquired gem.
Gets that
5
100 gold back.
seconds remaining.
They're setting up for this fight.
Huge value. Bottom lane, though.
Oh, they know Miracle's on the high ground here. They pinged him out.
Are they going to do anything about it, though?
I
Ward's
guess
already committed for the tier 2.
It looks like they were pinging
Unless they're
him.
playing Possum. Look like they pinged it again. We'll see. Miracle will make the jump down, though, and for now, MVP will be able to save their tier 2, but the pressure continues on here from OG.
Yeah, No-Tail goes for the safe play, which I think is what he should be doing, going for the BKB. You don't want to risk going for like this Manta or this Heart. It's just, sure, those items are amazing on CK, but if you get caught out not having a BKB versus the side of MVP, you just lose the game. Blink Dagger finished up on QO.
Miracle. A dangerous game here. Very close to the enemy on this one. MVP float around the neighborhood. What do you do, though? I mean, we talk a lot for what OG needs to get done in this game and how they're farming up at this point, but what about for MVP? They've been trying to find catch opportunities
10
to take advantage of a better team fight, but they're not getting those opportunities. We saw so much bloodshed
5
at the
seconds
first
remaining.
quarter of this game. Things have definitely slowed down quite a bit since then, and I guess you can give credit to OG for that one. So what do you do at this point when you're MVP and you can't catch an opportunity to take a fight?
They just have to keep shoving the lanes in, try to get more information every time the lanes push in, every time somebody shows. The problem is that they have to remember, like they are remembering as well, that they're playing versus the relocate. Every time that if someone's showing alone, they have to remember that that can happen.
Yep.
And now it looks like lots of rotations coming up. Miracle in position here. Doesn't
Long
catch
chains.
the shackle.
Down below, the shackles are not going to connect. Dubu will hit him with the silence, and
He is Astral, though.
right
They're
on top of it. Meanwhile, a TP out
Relocate
and
out.
away. Yeah, No-Tail already pieced out. And
Crit is just...
That's the third time this game he
Every
gets
time.
a wonderful save with the relocate here.
He's got his mech finished up now as well, so he's like, whatever, guys, I'm dead. But still, they spent 5 heroes, all 5 heroes' time running up there, going for that kill that was going to happen on Miracle, and then just a beautiful bailout by Crit. And now Miracle is, I think, 200 gold from his BKB, which is going to completely prevent him from dying in any of those situations.
Take a moment to look over Forev here. In the meantime, he's picked up the plate mail. It's easy to casually say that potentially a Shiva's is in order, but what do you think about a Lotus Orb in this particular game, going against a Bat Rider, even going against the Windrunner Shackle Shot? Probably one of the easiest abilities to quickly pop out a Lotus and reflect it back. Is that a plausible pickup for him?
Yeah, it could be either for sure.
Even good against the Hex. Quickly could purge it off. To see if that's going to be an order for him. It looks like Miracle has been able to complete his own BKB now. Picks it up, shiny new 10 seconds to work with. And with that pickup, and with No-Tail already having his, looks like a smoke could be coming out here. Fly holds it, and here we go. Vape Nation, they're on the move now. Let's see if they could catch an opportunity to take a fight. This is going to be the first time in quite a while we've been seeing OG.
The double core BKB, they're ready to fight here.
To pursue a fight here.
Ember Spirit's 150 gold from his Battle Fury here too.
Oh, Roche just popped up at that moment too. MP thirsty to finish off that. Battle Fury could lead to his own demise.
Miracle's ready.
He's moving in. There's the jump. There's the shackle.
Oh,
Can they cancel it out? And it's not going to be able to get the catch, so he quickly slips away on that back of the Remnant. Sands Eclipse wall dropped right in the middle here, and all chaos breaks out at this moment. Moon going to be able to shackle up QO, though that will allow him to get the finish on that with the help of No-Tail, right-clicking him down. Meanwhile, Forev looking to retreat away, going to get stunned up. The wards continue to go to work. Magnetize is there. Is it going to be a sufficient amount of damage?
Prepare
Not enough
for
to bring
battle.
anyone down from OG yet. Crit, long jump in. They look to get the pickup here on Dubu as well. Could make it 4, and they will.
Oh, and
MP.
Miracle almost catches MP there too. He blinks forward, almost gets him. Ultra kill for Miracle. And that's, yeah, like I was saying, once they got their BKBs, they're ready to go. And instead of isolating the Oracle, actually, since he got glimmered away, Fly just was like, whatever, I'm going on this Ember Spirit, and he just jumps in, drops the wards on him, locks him down in the back, and this fight just gets completely split up. You saw Forev blinks in, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get a 2 or 3 man vacuum here. Oh, they have their BKBs. What can we do now? Catches nobody with it just because of the BKBs, and Great smoke there by OG again. Great presence of mind coming up.
Readily.
That wasn't even the dream start of a fight for OG, and it still turned
So
out
it is
so well
ready.
for him. And with that fight, it allows them to segue right into the Roche pit.
30 seconds to
They'll
battle.
continue their objective game and keep the ball certainly in their court. And they already have a pretty damn good push lineup at this point, so real pressure at MVP.
You know what? Moon deciding I shouldn't be playing on top of my CK or my Windrunner. I should be playing the fight in a different position. So instead of going for this safe BKB, he's going for the risky Aghanims, which might pay off.
I see.
You know, you get the jump on, let's say, the MP Ember Spirit, and Oracle's waiting behind him, trying to save him with the
The
false promise. Yeah, I'll get him as well.
begins.
Yeah.
Pull right back in the way.
Blessings. I know it.
It was good that the Ember didn't die, though. He finishes up his Battle Fury. That was the
By my
one good
oath.
thing for MVP from that fight.
Don't mean to put you on the spot for a mechanical
So
kind
be
of a
it.
question here, but with this Darkseer, and let's say he does
I
decide to
vow
go for the
it.
Lotus Orb, and he gets connected with the Agnum's Lasso, does it reflect back the Agnum's Lasso? Because he
Revelations.
does not have an Agnum's, it's not Agnum's Lasso.
He would need his
reflection?
own Aghanim.
Okay, that's what I figured.
It's
what
like
I
the
figured.
Juggernaut thing. Like if you have
Yeah.
your own Aghanims and Juggernaut omnis you do the extra slashes with the Lotus Orb, which is like some weird mechanic stuff. Fly, getting
my
caught out
Okay,
here.
UO.
well.
BKB, a swing and a miss on Dubu with his rolling boulder, but
By my
they're still going to be able to get the fish, it looks like, here for crit, and they'll get fly. Both supports go down. Miracle, though, says, I want redemption. Pops his own BKB, going to be able to get the shackle here for MVP. Forced away from the trouble. 4F goes in. Back to Miracle, go for No Tail. No Tail caught right in the middle, stunned up, locked down. He's trying to make a hasty retreat. Two buybacks come out from both supports from OG. They're looking to try to turn this fight around. Can they do it
He's
here?
on the high ground.
Fresh.
Bebby stuck up and above here, gonna get shot. There's a power shot coming in from Miracle, a monster kill for him, and they'll get the fish. A double kill for him. A stun that's flying out into another dimension elsewhere as MVP will lose 3.
This is the miracle we know. This is the miracle we know and love.
I don't know what Miracle was here yesterday, but this Miracle just came to play. Yeah, another profitable trade. It will cost OG 2 buybacks for it, but it still just puts him in such a strong
You know what?
standing.
That Aghanims pays off right there. He gets the double lasso. And they had to expend Fly's buyback, and the Wisp buyback, but either way, you know, it's just the two supports. They end up wiping 3 people from the side of MVP. Not the 3 cores, unfortunately, but they do get the OD, they do get the Darkseer. They lose the Aegis, but that's a good use of your Aegis.
On your guard.
Miracle sitting at the top 16 again. The next closest for
What could you
MVP
have
is
done
actually
with
their
that?
Darkseer on both games.
Newfound wisdom.
Until has picked up a Ultimate Orb at this point, probably going for that Manta.
Pings
On
everywhere.
my way.
Ping, 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 ping. Sharks in the water now, OG
Readily.
just swinging around for any sort of catch opportunity, just taking control of the map at this point.
So be
So,
it.
okay, yeah, in that last engagement, or in the second to last engagement, he took the gem from the Earth Spirit. I forgot to point that one out, yeah.
As the temple
All
requires.
of the things going their way. We look at MVP and they're in the dark.
Yeah. We're going to have a Daedalus coming out on Miracle first.
A CQO coming this way, and I think OG
Never.
don't really need to shy away from
So
the
it
fight,
is
but it does look like No Tail will make the rotation all the way back towards the bottom lane here to kind of keep this push back.
Clearly.
That is kind of coming their way. They could definitely afford the time in this
By
game.
my oath.
Even gets another D ward here to move.
Yeah, No Tail. Looks like he's going to be going for that match.
Ah, strange.
More horses. Yeah. Oh, QO. Yeah. Oh, Miracle.
That is
Astral,
clear.
and that does mean that the stun will not connect when the boulders match. The crits here. That means there's not going to be any sort of kill just as fast.
Shackle,
step away.
BKB's right away, but he's got so much damage now.
Yeah, and he's going to be forced to Astral. Step up a bit. Noob jumps in, gets the lasso there for Dubu.
Now the shackle latches.
Yeah, and Miracle begins to just go and focus fire down. There is a false promise to try to keep him alive
Illusion
here,
proc
but on
in
the
the
other
back.
side, gets Sandy's Eclipse off. Helps a bit, but Miracle looks to finish off what he had started, but that false promise does bring him back to full life here. Already 2 going to be going down. No Teal with a double kill on this one. And OG quickly sweeps through
Another
4.
shackle.
Let's make it 5. It's a 5-man wipe, and it is a triple kill for No Tail. 35-20. OG.
Hidden place.
Just playing this game
I vow it.
exactly how they should be. You know, recognizing we don't want to take 5-star BKBs as soon as they get them, taking as many
First
5
blood,
as possible, and it's just
last
working out in their
words.
favor.
And even with them already being
Tops
so
gone
far
missing.
ahead, that fight still awards them a 5,100 net worth swing. So the rich get rich.
Let's see. Let's look at this rich courier. We got a
On my way.
Daedalus finished up. We got a.
Oh, there was a sale somewhere.
He's going for Eye of Scotty instead of the Manta style on the Chaos Knight.
That's fun. Very stat heavy here, but hey,
So
you
be it.
need the extra intel, I guess, going against an OD after all.
I mean, at this point, I think it's either one is.
Next level of my
As long as they don't make a
ordination.
drastic mistake, this looks pretty close out for OG.
Miracle begins his siege here from the low
So it is
ground now.
revealed.
And I believe they still do hold that Aegis here. Oh, no, they don't.
Ah, strange.
Have to benefit the extra life. And here comes the return of
Miracle has another
MVP.
ED.
No wall available yet. Still needs about another 10 seconds before it will be up.
So it is
Miracle free to
revealed.
kind of do this work from the low ground with so much help behind him. And that will be a tier 3.
Elude me not.
Base work of the game. Going to be going the way of OG on this one. And they even have a lineup that is so great for sieging the high ground. I mean, when you have this very fun Bat Rider.
Fake back with the smoke. Let's see if they catch anybody with it. QO. Oh, I guess they didn't expect anybody to actually show. They just ended up like nuking out the wave rather than
Top's
going
gone
for
missing.
As the temple requires.
So kind of hide back into dark. MP trying to just farm out in the meantime away from his base.
Flies on the prowl.
Yeah, he is. He gets the spot.
Ah, strange.
Him and Moon
Denied.
make the catch here for this MP.
He catches him. They've got the relocate. He has
So
more
be
than
it.
enough disable.
And he does not have the buyback. He does not have
Oh,
the
he
buyback.
creeps on.
He's gone.
On my way.
Right back into the base here. My
Interesting.
goodness. Well, we'll see now.
Oh, Moon being extremely efficient right now. Picks up the Arcane Rune and bots back to the base. He's just like, I gotta push this top lane out, guys. And his bots are gonna be up in
Another queen. You died on the temple steps. Had you but eyes to see it.
Don't
Does
think
help
it's
a
gonna
bit.
be enough though.
Readily.
Miracle has a DD to
He's got a large
Under
lead
us
to put out here.
fall.
Unfortunately, it automatically pops every
Now.
time. If you pop it, it's gonna be
see.
Otherwise, he's gonna walk up,
Ow, ow, ow.
kill
Oh,
three
oh,
tracks,
oh
and
my
I'm
God.
under attack.
Racks are charged. Chance here, but they do not want to get too hasty for this one. The second they step out the front door, that's when OG Strike No Tail makes his move. They look to isolate Forev, and he is quickly taken out of the equation because he commit for that Shivas. He does not have a buyback to work with here, and the Darkseer is probably one of your biggest key elements for a high ground defense. Looks like OG have just easily claimed up potentially their racks in the mid lane, and could even follow up with a second one here if they can get a bit more from this fight. Miracle. QO jumps in, they both pop their BKBs. He begins to go toe-to-toe, and he's just doing so much work. QO may be safe for the meantime with a false promise, but eventually his days will be numbered. Double lasso pullback from OG, and that will be the game.
There we go.
That's the OG we know.
40-20.
Dank.
Quite dank.
Wow.
Purpose is clear.
That's the OG that a lot of people have been waiting to see here.
What did Miracle end with in this game? There we go, 17-1. Moon as well. At least I said it. Moon's gonna have a great game.
Yeah.
Their lanes just were perfect. They reacted it. They just kept moving around constantly, and they just were, like we were saying, one step ahead of MVP.
Readily.
Whoa. Miracle's Wind Ranger, 17-1-13. Moon's Bat Rider, 10-1-12. My goodness.
You could see the difference, like so heavily. Their teamwork, just everybody all together was. You could tell they were communicating. They had a plan, and they executed it.
MVP obviously a bit miffed by this. This will be their third straight loss here for Star Ladder, and match point already from being completely eliminated. And now we got to see what they're going to be doing to kind of change things up a bit. And for OG, I imagine.
Absolutely.
How do you for game number 2? Try to change things up. I mean, it's not like OG really had. Yeah, you can maybe see.
You wish I never stooped to
Did you say OG?
No.
No?
Nahaz did though.
Nahaz did.
All right, and with that said, we'll go ahead and just hear what Daniel has to say about that exciting game number 1. We'll throw it to a mini break, and when we come back, it's going to be over to the X.
gaming events. Games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first
Your middle
deposit
tower
bonus.
is under attack.
Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks, and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
Truth is near.
What about when you've planned to launch a new application, upgrade, or migrate to virtual systems? It's important to know it can handle the expected number of users at the expected level of performance.
You are one of the
Most
few who
organizations don't
understand the
have
value
effective load testing tools that work with all their business applications. You need to know there is an affordable, accurate solution for load testing any application. AppLoader precisely replicates the load of the projected number of users from the actual user's environment, giving you real-world results. We can test any application, even custom ones. Our unique protocol-independent technology doesn't require plugins or specific components. With AppLoader, load testing is faster, easier, and a lot more affordable. Organizations large and small turn to NRG Global for help with their crucial applications. Take one health organization which needed to test a large system connecting thousands of users. While another testing system indicated no problem, AppLoader uncovered deficiencies at 20 users. They then tested with 20 live users. The result? Exactly as predicted by AppLoader. Now, they rely on AppLoader for all load testing.
It would not have been possible to put a key application into production for North
That's all
Carolina's
it takes
Department
to
of
kill
Health
you?
and Human Services without the thorough testing done by AppLoader and Energy Global. AppLoader helped us to identify hardware and software deficiencies prior to implementation.
Trust Energy Global, because productivity is something you can't afford to lose. For a web demonstration, give us a call or sign up here. Share this message here. Thank you.
And punting them for diving too much, and even in the later game stage where he was just relocating, saving everybody, it was just the crit show that time. And then once the cores got the BKBs, as we saw, I mean, that's just their timing. That's pretty much no
Time is missing.
Like Battle Fury plus crit at that stage to
OD
really
would need a
hold-
hat.
Closed.
Yeah,
Nowhere
it-
near having.
They were just so underfarmed, and we talked about it a little bit during the break here with, you know, they got objectives, but then they, right afterwards, or they got kills, and then they kept pressing again. It's the same story as yesterday. MVP. Yes, MVP.
Yeah, as bad as, well, as disappointing the lanes were for MVP, I still feel like they could have come back. That Rider jumped in, instant burst, just completed the 8th villain. And that looked like the fight that was going to start turning the game around. They got 4 kills off of that. I think they lost 1 hero in exchange, and they had time to back off, but they stuck around too long. Miracle shows up, hits the 2-hero shackle, the fight turns, No Tail comes back in, they start collecting kills. OG ended up getting 4 kills right back. Right. MVP just got over-aggressive at that point, and I think there were quite a few points this game where it looked like they would have a game-changing fight that would turn things around, and they just stuck around, OG punished, and then MVP's left the situation where they didn't have any CS to fall back on. OG,
It's
they
like
just
this
did a great job of punishing.
This will be the first fight where we see, yeah, this is going to look amazing. You know, MVP, or looking good for OG, they're initiating, but then MVP turn around once the Ember Spirit's going to come back in here, as well as the ES.
It
We
looks
saw
like
the OD ulti. I think it's going to whiff completely right now, and that's, well, it's on, yeah. It's on the
QO had
real
a lot of whiff ultis this game. This was not what we expected out of
sense
an
mystery.
First 2 overall, here's that huge success, but even here, they get 1 kill, they get 2 kills, and then MVP
dive.
just continue diving,
Your
continue
middle
diving.
tower
Crit,
is under
again,
attack.
crit. This guy played amazing, not only saving heroes with the relocate, juking, MP not able to find the change there on crit, and MP ends up going down. Shackle shot comes through. And to me, this was really the story of the game, where the way MVP needed to come back after the laning stage caught them off guard was getting the clean kills like the two they had, and then not overextending, but overextended. It was kind of reminiscent of the Slark game from QO yesterday, where they just were forcing the issue a bit too much. So, I mean, part of it is the nature of the OG draft. Very good at punishing this position and mistakes. Yeah, this was the fight starting. They get the Purge, great Earth Spirit combo with the vacuum. Clear victory for them. They just they stick around for a long time, and they end up giving them a bunch of
I tell you what, though, the one person that you haven't mentioned that I'm really surprised, you mentioned before that first game that Noob hasn't made his presence felt recently. This was an 8K network bat rider at 60 minutes. He had Ultra
Your middle tower is under attack.
And the earliest.
Against an Oracle who had a very fast Aether Lens as well.
Yes.
It was impressive.
Yeah, they have a lot of heroes to really disengage. You also have the
truth is
too.
near.
Yeah, so they have a lot of things. But yeah, you're seeing how long this team fight lasts, and they're getting so aggressive. You have all these. Look at the timers.
Everyone's respawning.
Yeah,
MVP are sticking around.
You don't have your ulti.
Part of it's the nature of the draft. They're not that good at taking objectives clearly, and they stick around too long. OG come back in. Nobody bought back. It's not like anyone caught them by surprise, and then they just start cleaning up.
Are fortified.
So. Dubu tried to put the team
great
on
power
their
shot
back.
by Miracle there. By
Yeah.
the
I mean,
Robin
we saw
Hood
the power
reference.
shot earlier. I think LD marked down at like 4 minutes.
Elude me not.
Solo kill on
QO.
OD.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was
QO sad right
shot
now.
from downtown. Something else.
I mean, Miracle's going to do those things, right? So you really have to minimize the avoidable mistakes. But again, it was 3 free kills for them into tower pressure, back off, but they stick around, they give up 4 counters. Yeah, this bottom lane, things starting to look better. OG at this point have the double KP and another OG ult that gets nothing done. It's not, at this point in the game, you can't really even fault QO because the cores of BKBs, and there's the IO relocate. You're just not going to kill off at this stage. They had no counter for BKBs, but to me, it never should have gotten to this point where they had to deal with the double BKB.
And it was a little bit unfortunate in the timing for MVP because of that poor laning phase. The Ember Spirit's farm was a bit delayed, and so OG reveal their 2 BKBs getting an ultra kill on Miracle here right before the Ember Spirit was about to
Revelations. Radiant structures are
he never really
fortified.
came online in this game like you want to see from him.
Your middle tower is under attack.
They get these pickoffs here and there, and it looks like really good for them when they're able to set up like this. You can see how they're able to disengage, but I think those flyback coming in full support now from OG. And
this engage is not in the MVP vocabulary in this game. Like they just keep on running. At times it works out okay, but
they did have an Aegis here though. Maybe they could take this team fight, but the 2 support flyback, CK comes back. They essentially went through 8 5 right there. I mean, that was a really good team fight. So far down.
Look at the networks in the replay too. It struck me so many times in this game how many of the problems that we talked about that MVP had been having before the draft that they really addressed so effectively in this game. Miracle, of course, has the network lead, but there are 2 other cores right up there with him. Miracle does 20 0 damage in this match, over twice what anybody on MVP does, but there are 3 other OG players over 10K. So his team really, as well as Miracle played, the caster said, hey, vintage Miracle, his team really played behind him that much better as well.
I mean, Miracle to me has very few off games. Like, there was the 1 puck game yesterday, but they put a lot of emphasis on it. It's not even like, oh, Miracle played that. It's they spent a lot of slowing Miracle down and then converted it into a win. But to me, I think you had really great performance. No Tail as well, not just this individual play, but the way they set him up in the lanes. They put him in aggressive position. Gank was fighting a lot. He didn't go for like a greedy Midas build, which Load has done occasionally on the CK. He went for more standard drums into armlet, fight a lot, gank pressure.
He didn't get caught either. Like, it was more so Miracle playing very aggressive, trying to take these objectives and then, bailing him out. So I do like it when they have this bailout they want to play really aggressive on their course, and that just allows it. That's why we saw so many times them picking up Dazzle.
I mean, I think anyone who's watched Dota for a while now has to remember that moment where they were, I think it was on EMS, where Gotel was, they were recording his audio and they played back, fuck him up. Like, it gives you and I've seen him, I've admin for their team a couple times at the summit, so like he's often like that. Not always, he has gotten a little bit calmer now, but I think we heard it yesterday where the crowd got silenced, but you could hear No Tail yelling in the game where they beat Navi. And it's nice to have that plan B, because he is a very aggressive player, very emotional player. And Crit gives him that stable backup plan, the IO in particular.
On your guard.
Probably the best hero to get that done. We've seen it in the past with Fly on the Dazzle. Having that insurance policy for players like Notel, I think just wants to done.
No, I think they went so
My purpose is clear.
So many of their drafts at the Frankfurt Major, you saw that 3 and 4 position combo work so well, where one of Commander or Crit was on their initiator, and the other was on a hero that could sort of control their team's positioning, like an Earth Spirit. You saw that with the Wisp and the Batrider initiator.
Pretty much the Moon and Crit show for me. Moon early on as well as Crit, early and later game.
And to me, just the overall strategy, which I guess is primarily credit to Fly. It just, to me, the CK for Notel this game was like the Gyro or the Batrider that they've run from in the past.
I'm under attack.
Yeah, they were thinking along the lines of early game where you have this Ember Spirit. We know we can take it to him early on. Have them back up coming in. And also later in the game, we saw them have the BKB coming out from MVP. So they had at least
Your middle tower is under attack.
early game, mid game, and even late game.
Great shot calling from OG, I think, for MVP.
So it is with
I still like the other draft. I didn't see any issues there.
I know
we were like, is Oracle the hero? But the Oracle actually won them some of those early fights. It was just they stuck around, so it didn't end up resulting in a long term.
Noob carried them as best he could on the first game. Everything was taken from him, and even more from
They're out of that game completely.
That one fight mid especially. Like the Earth Spirit just 3-hero magnetize after a vacuum, kick stuns them all, rolls it.
Let me be clear. I mean, I don't know that I would expect any other team to get that. OG is just so
elude me not.
Heroes. So we're gonna get into our game 2 here. MVP Phoenix need a win. This
On your
is the
guard.
top 4 team at Shanghai. Number 1 team, the winners of your Dota Pit LAN event. They need a win here to avoid being eliminated on game 2.
Look at that. They say enough of the IO. OG first overall picked it last game. They gave away OG Earth Spirit, and a lot of teams would not make that trade. MVP was like, great, have the IO. We're getting it. Not to be the case, so big respect there.
So, Vokers for both these teams, 9.
Radiant structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I thought they would do this last.
Your middle tower is under attack.
But they had a kind of a strategy to go around it. And so they want to either ban the Invoker now.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I think as OG you leave the Invoker and the MVP are going to pick one. Nope. Okay, they ban the Invoker themselves.
Miracles.
Give me your trophy.
No, that's my trophy, baby.
Miracles telling Fly, no, if I can't have Invoker, they're not having it either. Ban that.
Your middle tower is under attack.
When they're talking about the draft, because he's just like, give me Invoker, like he always wants the Invoker. But not this game.
It's
so MVP,
not time
what is MVP
yet.
first overall?
Yes.
After the impact that Dubu had.
I guess OG doesn't play Enchantress.
OG, the Batrider's been really impactful for them.
On my
Moon
way.
can play it, Notel can play it. We didn't see the Batrider for
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen. Your top tower is under attack. The temple directs. Your top tower has fallen. Your death
One of
was
those
a
heroes
secret
that
I
think
can
you
no
can do really
longer
well
hide.
as a 4 position if you're not getting.
Clearly.
I've seen it,
And he's
punished.
Yeah, he could go off.
So that's what I wanted to ask you about. This year, Doom has gained a lot in the meta recently, but now apparently he's moving up to where teams are valuing him first phase. What do you think that is?
It's just, like Evan said, you can run him in the offlane, you can run him in the support, and then all you just need is one extra helping hero, and then all of a sudden you get free pickoffs in the lane, and then he's going to be the hero known for as we just delete one of the other heroes. I mean, 20 20K net worth, 30K. All you need to do is just get that Doom off. But I do love his early game aggression that he can apply. That's what that is about. It's all the Ursa. Keep the Ursa right here, nice little Doom.
As the temple requires.
So, man, is there going to be a safe spot on the map?
Doom, like, not so much like the first couple levels if he's a laner, but certainly once he gets to the 5 or 10 minute mark. Probably 0.
Important. You're talking about an MVP Phoenix team that's used to playing on what? They're used to being the ones rotating on you.
Yeah, rotating into OG is very risky.
That is clear.
Wow.
Well, they know at least one of these is support. Kind of really good against that.
Yes.
So it looks to be a pretty good back game on paper here.
Yeah, I like
The
that.
train is fresh.
Where you can wait where you have to initiate, find better vision, then have some magical damage to deal with the Enchantress eventually, but
They have no real counter for Lasso right now either, aside from blowing your Doom on a Backrider, which is normally not ideal. Man, that stat line. It was not a one-man show.
So it is revealed.
When you deal twice as much hero damage as anybody else in the game, that's just
I
insane.
vow it.
So they did ban the Venge here for MVP.
might ban Oracle.
Yeah.
As the temple
if they
requires.
ban
FY and Rubik.
Your middle tower is under attack.
In many ways, the G heroes finding DPs.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. I must prove myself in battle to be worthy of the hidden ones.
Either on dire side,
Your
they
middle
might
tower is under attack. Sneak. The truth is near.
because you can't really against that rider. They're gonna be running
Clues to follow.
Yeah, that's a very important fact about this game.
Remember, they are driving.
People talk about what is going on. There's actually about 40%.
Your top tower is under attack. Pursuit of the mysteries.
Called that.
Revelation. Your middle tower is under attack. You never could keep a secret. The truth is near.
I'm wondering whether they
maybe another
Your top tower is under attack.
The OG could go back to that PL or gyro that they had so much success in.
That is your top tower is under attack.
But
ready.
Still, if you're quick on
Your top tower has fallen.
Pretty good for dodging Enchantress King.
Readily.
But Doom is still going to be very tanky. Down.
Now
do
I
go
see.
for that. I just feel like Ursa is going to be a highly
It's not
contested hero for
time
maybe
yet.
both teams.
I vow it.
Yeah, later on, you get the eggs on Ursa, pretty good against Bat Rider. And it helps them. It is also an Enchantress pseudo counter. Yeah, I think out of the MVP carries,
On my way.
I think OG go high-end now, just so they don't go for that Ember or something. Or do you
it depends on what they're picking.
So it is
I mean,
revealed.
with Doom already, if you want other hero to initiate, they have answers for Ember. It is the
Interesting.
What are you looking at for QO here? We need a hero that he can snowball on, and in addition to some of the ones you mentioned, he's also known for his PA, known for his Templar
I
assassin.
think they're
as well.
going to save that for fourth.
I'm not ready.
They don't want to.
It's
unveil the
not
cards
time
yet.
yet.
So it's hard to say what they do. I mean, yeah, we have the Puck, Queen of Pain still left.
I vow it.
Maybe DP is good for OG right now.
They need something to take it.
Not yet.
DP
Yes. Another scale of ignorance shed. That is
That's what we
clear.
saw from, was it Navi yesterday? Where they just kept on going down.
So it is.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Closed.
Immortality.
Readily.
And it gives them the hex. So you mentioned the
I'm
line.
not
This is kind of in
ready.
the same vein.
That's gives you the Roche too. Like the two solo. Yeah, thank you.
Their supports can fix with the solo rush.
That's crazy.
And Shadow Shaman. Like, we're going to smoke and go rush. You guys just smoke.
That's crazy.
And that's where MVP is great. The nice thing about their draft is they already have very good control around the pit, and they've got.
The Alliance that ran
Oh.
last game.
As the temple. Invisibility.
It's to snap picking their heroes, like, and it almost felt like it was a bit of psychological warfare on their part. But we're so confident support against these champions girl making.
It has been their most picked hero here in the last 30 days.
Now I see.
is 8-4 on that. That particular
Black
hero,
King
I think, was always
Bar.
a solid choice for them, and of course, it counters the
Readily.
Enchantress.
Always nice to have. We saw the Death Ball earlier. The Witch Doctor plus so many
Your
other
bottom
heals.
tower is under attack.
Even just having one on your team is enough.
That is
for
clear.
sustained pushes. Now we can change the team fights early on.
Your
especially
bottom
against-
tower is under attack.
And this to me is where the draft turns. So you gotta give away something now.
Trap set.
Would give away your.
Your bottom tower is under Your bottom tower is under attack.
I really like this. And the difference is that this is going to be No Tail's not Miracle. So No Tail's going to play the Brewmaster. He can play it mid or safe lane, and you free up. So No Tail's going to be on a farm dependent, but a more control-oriented hero. You free up Miracle to play on DPS. You know you have plenty of damage to back you up.
And then that would mean quite likely the moon off lane. Well, there's the Juggernaut.
Dire structures are fortified.
Not as good.
Pursuit of the mysteries.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Not gonna really be
Purpose is clear.
maybe but that's about it. Juggernaut a little more sustained.
Need me not.
The lineup does have
They doubled down on it, and OG were worried about it. They actually did that drop. I think a good drop. But I think you definitely need another core, someone who scales. You don't want to run
Ursa is like 100% go right now. I mean, it counters
So it is
Juggernaut
revealed.
so
That's
much.
for me.
But it could be a little bit greedy with the Bat Rider, potentially Earth Spirit roaming around, and then if you're Ursa and Shadow Shaman lane, you're very bad. Could be problematic, but other than that, I think it's still
being
the
a
best.
It's
shameless
not
fan
time
player.
yet. I know it.
No, that's
It's
Radiant
not a good
structures
thing.
are fortified.
Oh,
Time
okay.
yet.
You get to
This is a bit of a depth ball grab here.
Bury me with the light.
Mother pick, heavy push strat.
I'm under attack.
Okay, this is it's my It has been very effective against
The trail is fresh.
We are going to see a vintage SEO running up here that is aggressive early on. Guys, who do you like in this matchup?
OG, they're gonna win. They're gonna get all the Roches,
By
and
my
MVP aren't gonna contest them.
I like OG's
I'm
draft
not
better.
ready.
Yeah, I gotta go with
As
OG.
the
I
temple
think it's going to be a clean,
requires.
clean sweep. I'm going to go with OG to take the
Not
series 2-0, and with that,
yet.
we're going to send it out to our casters. Oh,
Sense
guys.
mystery.
Thanks, Nahaz. We're here at the Cyber Sport Arena.
truth is
Myself,
near.
Fog here. Fog, everyone's
It's
unanimous
not time
for
yet.
OG on this one, even after that very scary
strange.
Medusa pickup at the end there for MVP. Yeah, do you agree with him?
Yeah, I agree with what Ryu said as well. Like, they have a very good early lineup.
That is clear.
I think that
Not yet.
if they play the strengths of their
Yes.
lineup, as long as they don't try to like take unnecessary fights over and over
I'm
and over
not ready.
for no reason, I think it's going to end up being OG's favor.
We'll see if that's going to be the case or not as we get hopped in and ready. It's game number 2 of MVP versus OG. Let's go to town here. OG. They certainly look like the OG we remembered there for game number 1 and an all-star performance by Miracle on that Wind Ranger. This time we're going to be seeing him taking away on the low and Druid. Don't get to see it very often, but time and time again, it has popped up here. Based on his build-up, is he taking this to the mid lane when Fairy Fire,
Yeah.
Double Share Chain goes?
Yeah.
So mid lane matchup.
They've done that a few times.
Early roll through, a lot of hate. They want
Batrider doesn't want to show. I feel like if he wanted to, they
It's
could have
not
for sure
time
killed
yet.
the bear there if he went for Sticky and chased it
On
out,
my
but
way.
they don't want to show the Batrider.
Level 2. Net worth 925, level 2. How much of a misstep can that be, though? You're getting a big bounty. Look at it's still action. Bottom lane. Early shackle. Fast.
Your top tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Fly is definitely going to make the rotation on it right away. Since they saw the Batrider going
Your middle barracks are under attack.
But yeah, losing the bear right away.
Your top tower is under attack. Your middle barracks has fallen. Your middle barracks has fallen. Your top tower has fallen. Your top barracks is under attack.
They made their pursuit for the Batrider. They are going to get the kill.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under
Hugo
attack.
getting a lot of nerf damage. Even No Tail going to be going down here. The check action in the mid lane. Pretty hot start, but MVP are going to be able to square even things up. And Dubu Earth Spirit, who's going to be able to get an early kill for him, is a very happy Earth Spirit at that.
I was moving up toward the last second of that one. I was like, oh, about to tell you, but
we'll just see how much
missed it up.
miss here back to back. They got the early Satyr though. It looks like here for OG, so a continued barrage of Hadoukens going to be flying out here from the Mighty Satyr. Yeah, I think would be a good bottom lane. There's
getting gone on again.
And after the shackle does fly, he's going to be forced to fly up and above and down to the river, but not going to be able to make it away. Moon will get the last right connection.
This is clear.
And crit.
I'm not
Taking
ready.
Windows all the way down for a more
So be
offensive jungling approach here. Going to get the early Alpha Wolf at this point. It looks like there might be a change up here. Reds is now going to be beelining it probably for the jungle as backup. Something OG is going to be keeping in touch with the Crit being down here now. He's not even going to allow the Batrider to kind of fall back on that.
Really interesting approach by them. They just want to make sure that Moon has a great game, and they're just top lane getting gone on. No Tail.
No Tail in trouble. Blade Fury's going to be out, and they're going to be taking him down.
Nice roll by Dubu.
Back and forth we go, man. Both these teams just swinging.
On your guard.
I do like what OG doing. You know, they know that the only way that they can get aggressive in this game is if they go to Moon's lane, and if it's not versus like a tri-lane or something. So they have this set up for this.
It's
I guess,
not
1v1.
time
Gets
yet.
phased.
It's
Yeah, they're gonna be
not
pressuring this tower.
time
Already?
Trail of clues.
Down these creeps as fast as possible.
So it is
no
revealed.
safe place for this bat to kind of
It's
find his
not
own
time
recovery.
yet.
But you know, to the benefit of
That
MVP,
is
this top
clear.
lane is also going very nicely for them.
Pushing it in again. They're ready.
Heed me not.
Say the same thing here, bottom lane.
I'm
It's
not
almost
ready.
Bit of a carbon copy, but Fed looks to make his move. No tail hustles up to the north. There's going to be
Moon
the
has a
coconut.
TP. They're setting up
Double
for
TPs are coming in, and
Pursuit of the mysteries.
run.
Roshan has fallen to the
depths. So OG
And they got the bot tower.
So be it.
not going to allow another opportunity like that. As you said, they will be able to at least secure that tier 1, but Lucas Forev has been able to go into a 1v1 here for Crit. Not pursue as Crit will be able to heal up.
Yes.
Both these lanes top to bottom here. With
strange.
OG getting that early tower.
As the temple
Both of these teams are just
requires.
on top of moving around the map, trying to find opportunities anywhere they can.
Making my
Moon
job
having
hard.
a TP.
I
Like
vow
Moon
it.
having that TP at 2 minutes in with his phase boots.
Not expected.
Yeah, definitely unexpected.
The trail is
He
fresh.
has an invis route. Things are better. Looks to creep behind here. Heavy and going
And Drake. Oh, that's big.
they try to maybe poke some into something, but now they make the move and Boulder's going to roll in. And Moon in trouble. Fly, and Moon's going to make it away in the back of the score turns, and now they're looking for the turnaround from No Tail here. Skeleton gets a denied clap. Femi is going down. Grab for Noob, and they'll be able to follow the stick and take it.
My bottom tower has fallen. On your feet, bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are falling.
But the net's going to be there.
Your bottom barracks has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
Would you expect a team with Velvet and Lone Druid to be going for all these rotations and kills this early? It's literally, wow, Miracle almost just died to them.
Your top has fallen. Your top barracks are under attack. Your top barracks has fallen. The enemy now has megawaves. Your middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane? Nobody here.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I return!
Your middle tower is under attack.
This mid lane, and we'll have to see if MVP will begin a shift here. They don't have the top lane, they might continue so until they're able to reach this tier 1. Eventually.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Obviously a different approach to how you would do so when you have a Wind Ranger here, but
Your middle tower has
Still
fallen.
has a walking courier. It's going all the way top.
I thought I clicked on him. Whatever.
Still walking. Yes, walking system is really good.
Your ancient is under attack. Dire victory.
Freaking Rhino
No!
There's the lane in. He's just been kind of taking residence here in the MVP jungle forever. As you mentioned, will make the rotation towards the bottom as he tries to approach his level 6. He also went right for those arcane boots, looking to probably shift him into an ether lens in the future here. But now potentially caught between two. Fly's going to spot him out, leads him with the Hex. Then we'll follow it up with the Shackle Shot. And guess what, Crit? He has a net waiting as well. The lockdown just doesn't stop here. And Forev will be dropped.
Such an interesting game, though. I mean, both teams just adapting to the way that each other play, and just the moving around, like the aggressive tri lanes, and now mid lane
is in trouble.
Ganking Doom.
Here he comes.
Another root.
Hi, how you doing? Boom, pops in, Infernal Blade, and Medusa just gets deuced on at that moment. And they will turn this into a push onto the tier 1 in the mid lane. While this does happen, as you can see, MVP at the top will look to go for their own trade. Finally being able to take down that pesky tier 1 tower. Opens up the jungle for themselves if they want to kind of invade a bit and plant down some offensive wards. But hey, a potential response comes in from MVP after the tower drops. A roll forward here from Dubu will be able to get